are so real. Already know exactly how you feel. See the head, not like seeing a steeple. You damn well know they're one of the people. Nobody breaks us, 'cause nobody made us, and no one can take this 'cause we got their fix. We are the people, we are the people, we are the people. Don't mess with this.
Yes, good morning. It is Monday, Patrick and the people. How the hell are you? Hold on, I don't like that at all. Let's adjust that a little bit. Hold on, I don't dig it. Here, yeah, that's better. Hold on.
I like the little techno music, man.
Yeah, that's all right, isn't it? Look at there we are, right there, up close and personal, huh? Good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
Welcome
good
to
morning.
the show. What is going on with your Monday, man? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Good, man. You said you had a banging weekend,
Man,
bonus holes.
yeah, it got crazy. Well, Friday was good, but Saturday was like off the wall, man.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome. Man.
it's awesome.
That
yes.
is awesome, man.
I'm blessed. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I had a good weekend myself. You know what I did yesterday?
What's
I did
that?
something I never do, which is I digitally detoxed.
That man, I did for the most part, but I kept checking my bracket and I was getting my ass kicked. But yeah,
That was
I
the
tried.
one thing I stayed on top of because I'm winning that
I
bastard.
know, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because, this is why I don't bet because I'm never good at it.
Dude,
so.
you should have bet this year, man.
No, because you know why?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
picking them straight up. There's no spread or anything. That's where they get you on the
Oh
spread.
yeah.
Yeah, but I am winning right now.
Man,
in
you're
the bracket.
blowing everybody out of the water.
No,
man.
I'm not doing that. But
Yes, you are.
I was shocked. I was like, this is crazy. I kept telling Laura, I can't believe I'm winning.
That's awesome, man.
No, it's been a lot of fun for sure. What is that? Oh, hold on.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
That
I heard
fixed
it
it.
too.
No, that's fine. Let's see what all is going on today. Got lots of good stuff to talk about. Plus, I'm doing something different today, man. Debuting a song from another listener
Uh-oh.
who's been using the same program.
Is it Doggy?
It is Little Doggy.
I've been seeing those
Yeah,
too, man.
it's Little Doggy. He's got a hot hit called "The Best Ham Sandwich in the World."
Ham sandwich.
Yeah, so I figured that'd be fun.
Hell
Do
yeah.
something silly like
That's
that.
he's an awesome dude, man.
Yeah, he's good people, man. Brandon had been out, our camera guy. He does a lot more than that, but
Right.
but he's been out. He was out sick the end of the week, and he messaged right before the show. He said, "Is that a butt plug on the desk?" And I said, "A crocheted butt plug? Really?" Yes, it is. I think that was a gift, a lovely gift from Demandin. All right, let's get into some news you can use. The Trump administration may be giving a preview of how future events will be conducted at the White House. This year's Easter egg roll is being produced by a company called Harbinger. They also produced the event during Trump's first term, but they're offering corporate sponsors a lot of branding and signage opportunities, naming rights, custom branded gift baskets mentioned in press releases, social media posts. Those will cost anywhere between $75,000 and $200,000. Any money raised through the egg roll will go to the White House Historical Association. Yeah, that's
Does
fine.
that have to do with the egg prices?
Yeah, it definitely is the egg prices. That's where all that money's really going, is to the eggs. All right. Interestingly, for some reason, there's an internet conspiracy that's gotten some traction where people are saying Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey. It all started thanks to an AI-generated video that morphs the girl into the singer. Someone just realized that back on March 1st. Perry commented on it and said, "Wait, am I?" Now, let me just acknowledge, besides the fact that she does have her own parents, they did find the body. So I mean,
That's what I was wondering.
It's
Okay.
hard
okay,
to
yeah,
imagine that
okay,
somehow her.
Yeah. All right.
But a lot of people probably don't know that.
And Katy Perry's always gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna make you think anything crazy.
Right. She's kind of weird, man. I watched a biography of her, and that was the last time I was like, man,
yeah.
she lives in like some weird fantasy world.
Yeah.
She had like this mansion and all these stuffed animals in this room she was hanging out with, and I'm just like, man, you're like 9, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wild.
The owner of a funeral home speaking out after he was beaten, robbed, and threatened with a machete.
Wow.
Crooks posing as mourners Daniel Wilhelmina, stunned by the holdup, told 2 robbers it's a funeral home, not a bodega. They took his wallet, cell phone, used his credit cards to buy a pair of sneakers, a bottle of booze. He told detectives with tens of thousands in available credit they could have bought more. He said they ought to go to jail just for being that stupid. That one of them's been caught. The other one will be.
Man, sneakers are expensive, man.
Yeah, but they didn't spend enough of his money. That's what he said. He didn't even hurt me. United Airlines under fire for an incident where a flight crew tried to make a woman remove her son from his ventilator.
What?
Yeah, Melissa Sotomayor said in a now viral video that the flight crew on her March 8th trip from Tampa to Newark, New Jersey, they tried to make her detach the life-saving medical equipment from the 2-year-old and store it so the plane could take off. Now, she cleared the equipment with paperwork with United, but the flight crew and captain harassed her, even though she showed them papers from the FAA and United. The flight took off an hour and a half late. She says the apology she got from him was not sincere, and she won't fly with him again. And it seems really dumb.
Yeah.
It seems really dumb.
Really
Look,
dumb.
If the mom says, listen, this is keeping my child alive, just walk your ass back and get the peanuts and drinks and hand them out.
Right. I don't see
be
what
done
the,
with
I don't
that.
see what the problem was, man.
No, it's ridiculous. Let's see. Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump are making their relationship public. Rumors have been swirling for a while now that the billionaire golf legend and the ex-wife of Trump's oldest son, Don Jr., had been dating. No mistaking it, Woods, who's typically pretty private, put a photo of him up over the weekend. The caption said, "Love is in the air." Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the Tiger's back at it.
Yeah.
I just read that in the 10 years, I guess, since the accident, the highest he's ever placed in a tournament was tied for 38th.
Yeah, he ain't done good. He can't hardly walk, though, man.
No, I don't know if he'll ever get that last one, man.
No.
I mean, maybe one day. I don't know.
That new stuff he started, that
Yeah, he needs,
whatever league.
he
I
needs
can't
some of those stem cells, maybe some
Yeah,
roids.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. You
something.
need to get on something. You got money. A United Airlines pilot made a big mistake on an international flight. UA-198 is supposed to fly from L.A. to Shanghai, but a little over an hour and a half, the plane had to divert to San Fran. The reason? The pilot forgot his passport. Interestingly enough, the day before, the same flight was delayed for the very same reason. Yeah, well, maybe bring those with you guys.
Right.
Let's see. YouTuber Jake Paul is engaged to Olympic Dutch speed skater Jutta Leerdam.
So he's going to produce. This is horrible.
What? Oh, right. He's reproducing. That's right. They shared a post on Saturday. She's 6 foot tall, by the way.
I've seen her.
Real pretty lady,
Yeah.
but man, is she tall. As soon as I saw her, I was like, yeah, how tall is she? And I hit that Google, and
She
6
is,
foot. I
yeah.
was like, man, how about that?
Yeah.
More dumb people in the news here. An Indian dog breeder recently paid almost $6 million for a unique cross between a real wolf and a Caucasian shepherd,
Wow.
making it the most expensive dog in the world. That's
My buddy
pretty
had
crazy.
some of them dogs, and it wasn't worth it.
Not anything like that, was it?
No.
No, not at all. The acting Social Security Administration Commissioner Leland Dudek has retracted his earlier threat to potentially shut down the agency. A federal judge ruled the Department of Government Efficiency's access to sensitive SSA data was going to be a little bit limited. He confirmed through a statement Friday the agency remains operational and will continue services without interruption. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, man, he is under fire. They're trying to get him out. He supported the spending bill. Progressive figures have openly criticized him, even the former Speaker of the House. He said, screw it, I'm not going anywhere. That's what he said, basically. Wildfires prompted some evacuations in Polk County, North Carolina. Speaking of that, the other day, here,
Yeah.
there were 38 wildfires at one time. Not only that, but there was a store on fire over on Bowman.
Yes.
And I was like, I think everybody at first was like, wait a minute, is this something planned and calculated? Now they said, and the winds were crazy.
Yes.
Because I was driving that little tick turd and it was blowing me all over the freeway, man. So they really were winds, but
Man,
that is
it's-
wild.
that's I'm not getting used to the fires. Like I've gotten used to everything else in Arkansas, but I'm not gonna get used to fires.
Well, it's just something we hadn't seen a lot of.
Yeah, man,
At
that's
least in my
crazy.
lifetime, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
So it was wild. But in North Carolina, 3 significant wildfires active in Polk County. Mandatory evacuation over the weekend. It's burned about 3,000 acres as of yesterday. I think the one here might have burned 1,000 acres, something like
Yeah.
that. Let's see. Pope Francis is out of the hospital. Shockingly, he's still
Man.
alive and, doing his Pope
He
thing, I
pulled
guess.
through, man. Like it wasn't looking good for a minute.
No,
there.
I thought he was gone for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good one here. You'll like this. Paul Broom, he's from England, was laid to rest in a Snickers-themed coffin. It was a request he had made known in his will. He was known for his sense of humor. He had long joked about wanting a coffin that looked like a Snickers bar, so his family honored it with the phrase, "I'm nuts." The custom coffin also featured the logo of Crystal Palace FC. That's a football team he liked. The funeral director said the farewell was designed to reflect his unique character. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, that's unique.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And speaking of things happening on airplanes, while flying home from a honeymoon in Hawaii, 61-year-old Dr. Jacqueline Lacera became seriously ill about an hour in. Nausea, vomiting, sweat, chest pains before being assisted by a fellow passenger. So when the airline staff asked over the intercom if there were any medical professionals on board, and again, she was a doctor, a physician assistant at Maryland's MedStar stepped forward to help after checking vital signs. Realized she was experiencing an arrhythmia, which is, a heart issue, and provided what she needed. Realized the condition was worsening, so they used a defibrillator. The shock stabilized her until the flight landed in California. Now she's recovering and probably facing a heart procedure, but that's pretty cool that
Saved her
somebody
life,
can save her
sounds
life
like,
on
yeah.
a plane. Yeah, you don't expect that. Let's talk a little music. In a wide-ranging interview, Tobias Forge of Ghost casually dropped what some fans might consider a bombshell. When talking about the explosive growth of the band, the website asked Forge if there were any plans to change things in the future. He said, "I think there might be an end to the storytelling because it's not productive to have this endless soap opera. The lore of the band, which is said to be the front for a satanic church, has been an integral part of the band's look and performances. Said if fans need the lore in order to like the band, then that element will probably be over quite soon." Interesting. Shine Down. It's not done yet, but the 8th studio album is very close to there. Lead vocalist Brent Smith said it's 85% done. The upcoming release follows their 2022 album, Planet Zero. Even though it's not done, the band has released 2 singles in January from the album, 365 and Dance Kid Dance. No word on how long that last part will take. No release date was hinted at. Yeah, Dance Kid Dance has been pretty big. I think.
Yeah.
Here's what's not doing well. Snow White did win the box office over the weekend, but by all Disney standards, it was a crash.
Right.
The live-action remake scored $43 million in its debut weekend. The rest of the box office was pretty slow too, but that's a really bad opening for them. They were, hoping to get $100+ million, maybe even 100.
They probably need it for the budget, man. There ain't no telling what the budget was on that.
Well, the budget was real high on that.
Imagine to Disney.
Yeah, I want to say it was 200 and some million, and so they're going to eat it real
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
But there was a lot of bad press for it before, and I think that press did not help at all.
So there's a Snow White movie and there's a Seven Dwarfs movie too?
I don't know. I know it is a Snow White and Seven Dwarfs movie, but I don't know if there's a separate one.
All right.
Been a pretty bad weekend for former Impractical Joker star Joe Gatto. Thursday, a TikTok user accused the comedian of sexually assaulting her when she was 19 in a series of videos that have now been deleted. He immediately denied it, but now a second woman claims he exhibited unwanted behaviors that she described as harassment. The second accuser is someone who worked for him during his time on the show. After the first allegation, he put out a statement that read, I've used poor judgment. As a result, have violated the trust of people I love most. But anyone who knows me at all knows full well I wouldn't assault anyone. When People Magazine reached out, they said, "Yeah, just see the previous statement." Man, that's a tough place to be these days, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, people will try and convict him before information's ever out there.
Right, and I think it's always fishy, and I could be, but when one comes out and then it's like, oh, another one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it does seem suspect.
yeah,
doesn't it? A little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, maybe
Chasing
he's a
them back.
POS. Could be.
Yeah, and he
I
could
don't
be
know.
that too, though.
I mean, it happens. We
Yes.
find it out all the time.
Right.
By the way, I saw that, if you care about it, that the Trump administration has like 1,000 FBI agents in New York who are doing nothing but redacting, getting the information for the Epstein files to put out.
Man, yeah. I want to see what happens with this JFK stuff. Did you see that too?
Yeah, I did see that, man. There's some people are aggravated about it, but they put out 63,000 pages of information.
I want to. That's like one of the first things you learn about in school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it
I
is.
want to know the truth to it, man. Like,
Well, I haven't looked at the information. I saw Trump say in an interview that Oswald had help. I don't know exactly what that means, or because I haven't read it yet.
so they're just going to give us more cliffhangers.
Well, I think it's out there if you want to read it. I hadn't had time this weekend
I'll
to
check
drop
that
those
out, man.
63,000
Oh,
pages.
Man, that's a lot, man.
Yeah, it would be a little bit. Just because someone thinks they have a valid social point to make doesn't always mean that destroying something, somebody else's property, should be tolerated. Police all over the country finding creative ways to buzz people who seem to think it's okay to vandalize someone else's Tesla. In South Carolina, somebody spray painted a political message on a few vehicles and hurled some Molotov cocktails. At first, it was hard for them to find them, but security video showed the suspect to be a white guy in a gray sweater, a black mask, and shorts carrying something green. That green object was found out to be a cardboard carrier for Holland 1839 beer. Video of a man matching that description was then found when he was driving a white van in an outlet mall parking lot. The mall had a license plate reader, which they compared to the database. Mall security also had a video of the man with no mask on, so pretty easy to find since now they had his last name. License plate readers have also been key in cracking similar cases in Colorado and other states. Well, we've talked about that. I mean, it's stupid.
Man,
It's just so dumb to do that. I don't
you can't do anything nowadays like that because there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're smart cameras and like.
I was just, I was seeing a guy, driving out of Benton yesterday, and he had one of those cyber trucks, and I was like, man, I wonder what right now, how nervous that dude is to park anywhere.
Man, yeah, I would be.
I mean, I'd be like, man,
I seen where
I
people-
saved up. I got this vehicle because I thought it was cool. It's electric. I'm trying to help the world. And now I got to worry some asswipe's going to light it on fire just because I'm parked outside downtown.
I seen where people were rebranding them. Somebody put Toyota on the back of one the other day, and
Oh, they're so stupid. Yeah, everybody will believe that, dumbass.
it identifies as a Toyota.
Yeah, and that person identifies as an idiot. 68 teams whittled down to 16. The first weekend of March Madness came to an end. Yes, I'm dominating the bracket.
Man,
The teams, a lot of upsets Friday and Saturday and
Man.
Sunday that may have screwed your bracket up. I don't know.
mine.
Number 12, Colorado State took out Memphis. That one did hurt.
Yeah.
They beat them 78-70. New Mexico surprised Marquette 75-66. Baylor put it over Mississippi State. Arkansas beat number 2 St. John's. How shocking
Arkansas
was
stops right now. I'm telling y'all, this madness is over. I'm sorry.
that? You say Texas Tech ain't playing.
Yeah. I don't.
But they were a third. They're a third seed. Where
You got to watch
St. John's
that
was a
coach
2
though.
seed.
That coach is a monster, man.
it does make me think about. They've had a tough year, honestly.
No, yeah.
I think they're 22 and 13.
That's
or
like the
something.
teams you have to really watch out for. Is that Arkansas team? Like they're the
Cinderella type team.
right because like they have the coach. They've been crap, and they're getting hot at the right times, and that's scary.
Andy did take out Rick Pitino,
Yeah.
which they're the only two who have been to, I think, championships with 3 or Final Four with 3 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
they're
insane numbers.
both great coaches,
Yeah.
amazing coaches. BYU upset Wisconsin. Michigan took out A&M. And then Ole Miss took out Iowa State. So a lot of upsets for sure over the weekend. All right, let me show you. What does this say? This says stats that show how lame the first round was. I don't know if I buy that. But the margin of victory, 16.7 points. That's the highest ever for the first round. Of the 32 wins, 10 were by 25 or more, the highest of any first round. For the first time, no 13, 14, 15, or 16 seeds advanced. No buzzer beaters or shots for the win attempted, but 3 teams did have 3-point shots to tie that missed. I'm gonna take another tact on this. While some people, these people at least say it was lame, I'm gonna tell you why. Because at the top, you have so many badass teams.
SEC teams.
That they're just running over people. So the Sweet 16, I think you're going to see a lot of tight games like that.
No, yeah.
I think you're going to see the games that you want to see.
Yeah.
I think it's going to get really
Because usually it's like when we get down to this point, there'll be like some big gaps in between the numbers and stuff. Now the numbers are going to be a lot close. Like the teams are a lot closer. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, you're going to see who's real now.
Yeah. Like nobody kind of slid through this year. You know what I'm saying?
The only one that slid through is McNeese.
Man,
like Appalachian
did you see that
State,
when their manager got all the the NIL
Oh,
deals?
yeah,
and stuff?
man.
They said he was getting 6 figures.
No,
six
it's
figures.
crazy, man.
That was insane for walking out with a big boom box. Like,
Yeah, dude, I guess he knew all the words to the song, and he was getting down.
It was just the way he walked out, like his swagger and stuff, man. I was like, look at this dude. They said he's in the transfer portal. He's already transferring next year to another school.
Why? I wonder.
They probably offered him money.
He probably did get an NIL deal with more money. That's crazy,
insane,
man.
The manager.
But that's great. Good for him, because that's a kid who athletically
he was sitting
clearly
next to
wasn't
Spike Lee the other night, like at the game.
I know, how crazy is
like
that?
this dude has came up, man. Like
No, it's this is the internet for you, though.
Yes.
And this is the good side of the
this
internet.
is the awesome side of the internet.
Yeah,
man.
when somebody who probably never gets an opportunity otherwise blows up like that, because people are like, I vibe with this dude.
And he
He's
came
all
out
right.
the next day in like a little tracksuit and stuff.
Yeah, he did. That's his little tracksuit. You're
That
looking
was
like a
awesome,
baller.
man.
Yeah. Man, this was wild. Boxing legend and real pitchman, George
We
Foreman.
were just talking about him the other day, too, man.
Yeah, he passed away. He was 76. Very few professional athletes have been able to transcend sports as impressively as he did. If you don't know, he was a 1968 gold medal Olympian. He was a 2-time heavyweight champion and a boxing Hall of Famer. His most legendary fight being the Rumble in the Jungle against Ali in '74. He did lose that fight, but it remains one of the most famous fights ever. And if you watch it, you know why. Foreman returned to the ring in '87, became the oldest man to ever hold a heavyweight championship when he put Michael Moore down for the count in '94 at the age of 45.
That was insane.
Yeah, at 45, that's like Tom Brady being out there.
I remember that.
You know what I mean? Later, he became synonymous with the George Foreman Grill, which earned him $4.5 million at the height of its popularity. Foreman had 12 kids. That's why he needed the grill.
Right.
With his wife, Mary Joan, 7 daughters and 5 sons. Ironically, all 5 sons are named
George.
What? George, that's right. All 5 of them named George. What do you do as a mom with that? Like
George Sr., George 1, George 2.
G2, G3, G6.
But I think he was like the blueprint for like Shaq and all them with all these businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think he was like the OG like smart like businessman, like the first one like that, man.
He definitely was up there.
Yes.
And you're right about Shaq. I mean, Shaq Very few people understand how much business he has.
Man,
I mean, he's going to be a billionaire soon.
Yeah, I think he already is, man.
Maybe he is. I don't know. If he's not, he's
He's
close.
real close, if
Yeah,
not. Yeah,
because he has so many different companies. He's
yes,
an owner
car
in.
washes,
He also-
coffee places. I mean, he owns
He owns
the
Marilyn
donuts.
Monroe's, right?
Yeah, Elvis Presley's.
Yeah.
He owns the one of the biggest daily. What is it? Were they the Krispy Kreme donuts?
Oh, yeah.
He owns the biggest one in the United States, or something like the most popular one.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like he. Yeah,
But you know what I love about Shaq the most is just he's good people.
I like the way he talks.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Coach. I'm going to put the ball on the floor.
I love me some Shaq.
No,
man.
Shaq's awesome, but he does so much good
Man,
that
yes,
people
we
don't
just
hear
walks
about.
in with credit cards and just like I got that, I got that, just paying for people's stuff.
Yeah.
As he yeah, that dude's awesome.
Yeah, no, he does, I'm sure, donate in a larger scale, but what he loves to do is go surprise people in stores
And it's
just
not
help
him doing it
individuals.
on his Instagram and stuff. It's people recording him doing. He's not one of them people.
No, he
doing it
doesn't
for
ever
clout.
post
No,
about
he-
it.
No,
No diss to Mr. Beast, but it's not like
Right,
that.
right,
You know,
right.
or these guys that go out and Instagram it. He does it quietly, and the only way the news gets out is if
because
somebody
people
tells.
tells right.
Yeah, or somebody has a cell phone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson now adding actor to his resume. He's decided to step out from behind his offensive line and try his hand at acting in the 4th season of Star's Power Book 3, Raising Canaan. While specifics are sparse, they say he's playing a deadly, dangerous character not to be messed with named E-Tone.
E-Tone, I like that.
E-Tone. Due to Jackson's schedule, presumably it's a one-show appearance that could give a glimpse of what he wants to do after football.
Man, all that 50 Cent stuff is
It is all good. Isn't it?
yes, you got to watch it, man.
I would love to see Lamar Jackson get a bowl. I think he's a great
Man,
player.
yeah, I do too.
But he always, he's just shy of it, man. This is like the Patrick Mahomes era that it's been, even though he lost
It's
the
kinda
last
like the
one.
Jordan era.
Yeah, no, it
the
has been.
Brady
So
era,
you've got a
yeah.
handful of quarterbacks who've really deserved to get there
Mm-hmm.
and haven't got one yet, An exciting week for Major League Baseball fans. MLB opening day is March 27th. Now, as everybody goes back to their favorite ballparks, guess what? There's going to be a lot of new food items. At T-Mobile Park, home of the Mariners, they're expanding an already gourmet menu with little dumpers. I don't think I'd buy anything called little dumpers.
Yeah, that just yeah.
They're pork dumplings, ice cream nachos, and bringing turkey legs back. Let's see. Dodger Stadium, LA Dodgers will enjoy the Slugger. It's a 16-inch jalapeno cheddar sausage dog topped with corn relish, white cheddar cheese sauce, cilantro crema, and crunchy tortilla strips.
No.
They'll also have a smoked LA barbecue platter, which is a teriyaki home run platter, and a chicken katsu club.
Cat soup.
I don't even know what that is. Chase Field, if you're going to see the Arizona Diamondbacks, you can try 3 new things: a chicken parm sub, filthy mac fries, and a Sonoran dog. That's a half-pound Nathan foot-long dog topped with ranch, smoked bacon, pico de gallo, mustard, and mayo.
No.
Man, they do some crazy shit.
yeah,
don't
they do.
I don't know how people don't just throw up.
That's what I'm saying.
At the Washington Nationals, they'll be serving up some new things: Jake smoked brisket, cheesesteak loaded nachos, and the Nat dog.
That's normal, man.
That is normal. Wrigley Field, man. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
A kimchi burger.
What?
No. Puffy tacos, chicken and waffles, and a jibarita sandwich.
I'm always down for some chicken and waffles, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
I love me
That
some
is
chicken
always
and
a hit,
waffles
isn't
and
it?
some beer. Yes, that is, yes.
I don't know about the beer with it, but that's it.
man.
I've never tried that. That'd be
man, a
interesting.
good beer with it, yeah.
Yeah, is it good that way?
Yeah. You got to have a beer.
I always have coffee,
chicken
but I
and
should
waffles.
have. Okay, beer. All right, I'm
Yeah.
going to do that. Down in Miami, they're going to have pull-apart steak sliders, tossed wings, Cubana Gigante. That's a 34-inch Cuban that weighs 2.5 pounds. Probably cost you about $7 million.
Right?
Jesus, is that for the whole row to eat?
Man.
And then Oriole Park at Camden Yards, they're going to have the Warehouse Burger and the Chessie. That features a Chesapeake sausage topped with crab dip, sweet corn and fried green tomatoes on a soft pretzel bun. That's a no-go.
Yeah, I like the crab dip, but you lost me after that.
Yeah, I was out at crab dip. To
Crab
be
dip
honest
is
with
pretty good,
you.
man.
It might be, but not on a
Not on all
not
that.
on a
No, I'm
sausage
just saying
to me.
crab.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
no,
that ain't
yeah,
that ain't my speed
no,
right there.
No, no, that's some northern.
Yeah, no, definitely is. All right, I tell you what. Let me mention this to you. If you are thinking about a vehicle, think no further than Fitz Auto. Late models, low miles. Look, they got every kind of vehicle you can imagine. Look, I go by there regularly. Just, I swear to God, I just love cars, and I like to go by and look at the cars they got in. I don't know why. I've just always been
Because they
that
got
way.
some sweet rides.
They do have some sweet rides, whether you want a sports car, SUV, pickup truck, little car for saving
Electric
gas,
cars.
electric cars. It doesn't matter. They're going to have it there for you. And don't worry about credit. That's their specialty. They're their own bank. They don't have to ask anybody. Okay? So go by
They got you.
8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock, or you can check them out at fitzauto.com. Let's take a quick break here and, check out a new tune here.
Uh-oh.
Through the rubble I rise, after being left for dead. Now I'm looking for trouble, all my gauges are red. Maybe to your dismay, to learn I'm not finished. I've not gone away, and I won't be diminished. I know how you want it to be. I know exactly what you expect. But if you're out and see me, you better damn well come correct. My head is on a swivel, not gonna be blindsided. It seems your very best play may have been short-sighted. The streets don't give a damn about your so-called pedigree. You think I'm on the lam, but I'll be the one you don't see. I know how you want it to be. I know exactly what you expect. But if you're out and see me, you better damn well come correct. Correct. I know you're walking proud, got that nose way up in the air. You just better hope we don't meet until then. Well, take care. I know how you want it to be. I know exactly what you expect. But if you're out and see me, you better damn well come correct. You better damn well come correct. Come correct. Through the rubble I rise, after being left for dead. And now I'm looking for trouble, all my gauges are red.
All right, we're back. That one,
Come correct.
yeah, I was kind of inspired by. You remember that song by Godsmack called "Go Away"?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was kind of, sort of. I just wanted to write a song where, you're telling people you're pissed off,
Right.
and so that was the way that
A little therapy.
Yeah, something like that. Let's talk about what the people are saying. By the way, it matters. Little Doggy said, "Good morning."
What up?
Ham sandwich debuts today,
Yes,
Mike.
it does.
Get ready, baby. It's going to be your big debut.
Grammy nominated, probably.
Probably so. I think it will be, yeah. Tasha said, good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Let's see. 38 wildfires. Has Arkansas ever had that many wildfires?
I don't
Says
think
Tasha
so.
Mack. No, I don't think so, T. I don't think so. CGI, what does it say? Hold on. Why'd that roll up on me? That's so weird. CGI dwarves and Latino Snow White even had the Wokies nuts. Maybe. I don't know. Shaq's worth $500 million, Brad Elkins said. Well,
That's close enough to me. That's
pretty damn
close,
good.
man.
That's pretty solid right there.
Hell yeah.
Chicken and waffles pretty good. Just has to be good chicken. You're
right about that.
You're right. Don't put nuggets on it. Let's see what else we got here. Says, Joey said, good morning. Good morning, man.
Good morning.
Yeah, little doggy says it's going to hit big time. No, you're right. I have every reason to believe that the best ham sandwich in the world is going to be the most popular song we've ever played here.
Debuted.
For sure. Yeah. Let's get to some other stuff here, though. When somebody kind of gives you that icky feeling, it can be hard to get over, but behaviors and habits aren't the only thing that are major turnoffs. A Reddit thread had asked, what profession would you never date? People do have strong opinions about it. Over 6,000 people so far have responded. Here are some of the best, I guess. 100% would not date a chef. Been a chef for 30 years. My people are the worst.
I think that'd be a good thing, man. Like, you get good food every night.
I don't know. Everything, and of course, Gordon Ramsay's not nearly as angry as he seems, but you watch a lot of these cooking shows, they get yelled at a lot.
Yeah, that's very true.
And I don't want to be yelled at, and I
No.
don't want to yell at people if I don't have to.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
I know
right.
that sounds ironic, but that ain't the way I like to roll in regular daylight hours, Social influencer. I don't want to be the co-star in someone else's life.
No, man, I'm good on that one.
No, you wouldn't. If
No,
all
I
of a
don't wanna
sudden
be
your
in the
girl blew up.
background. No, I'd want to be the person that blew up. I wouldn't be the person in the background like that.
I'm down. Listen, if Laura blows up,
I would support her.
I'll be the
1,000.
first man.
Like,
I'm good.
I would support her 1,000. It would just be weird. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
it would be if you're not. She's like, nah, you can't be in the videos.
Yeah,
Chad.
get out my damn video.
No, you can't be in. Then you'd be
Nobody
like,
wanna
wait a
see your
minute.
mug.
Wait a minute. Any profession involving religion. Okay. Real estate agent. I hate salespeople.
Oh,
I feel
damn,
like
bro.
they're the ultimate salesperson. Wow.
Wow, man.
What
We
is-
know this
why?
list is shit now.
Why? What's up with that, man? Why are you hating on a real estate? Did you get burned on a house or something, man? Damn. I think we're pretty cool mostly.
Oh, man.
At least I am. I can't speak for anybody else. But baker, they have an opposing sleep schedule. Yeah, I get that. They get up early.
Yeah.
Drug dealer, organized crime, or cartel.
Hey, now, come on now. We got good hours, man.
And they do have great hours.
Good
and,
benefits.
Well, I don't know about the long-term benefits, but the immediate benefits are nice. Rolling up.
Remember Jay and Silent Bob? They had like the union.
Yeah. Teachers. I've dated a few. They're always sick. I'm not a germaphobe, but I hate being sick. That's interesting. I guess particularly I would think teachers in middle school and below, elementary and middle school.
But see, when we went to school, all the teachers were like in their 70s, I felt like. And now some of these teachers are like fresh out of college and stuff, man. Like,
I only had one like that my entire school career.
I can tell her name. It was Miss Sanchez. Like, she was a little hot, like Latin little lady, and I still remember her because all the other teachers were like gray-headed. And
No, they were battle
And then all of a
axes.
sudden, you had this beautiful-looking lady. I'm just like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
Mine was Miss Browning.
See, we remember them, man.
Yeah, no, Miss Browning was the hottest teacher I ever
I'm
saw in
telling
my
you,
whole life.
they have a part in our brain.
Like anything, if there was any chance, anything, I would have been that dude.
I'm telling you,
Yep,
man.
Yep. No, there would be, and I wouldn't have told anybody.
Yeah, all these kids today can't keep their mouth shut.
No, that's their problem. They hook up with the teacher. They can't wait to go tell their friends, man. Dumbasses.
Dummy. Or the principal.
Oh, yeah, right. Pilot. My friend is a flight attendant. The amount of married pilots he's slept with is insane. That's interesting. The amount of pilots
Mile
he's
High
slept
Club.
with. Would not date an OnlyFans model.
No.
I get it. I understand
Depends
why.
on what they were selling. If they're doing some feet stuff,
Oh, well, nobody cares
I'll be
about
pouring
that.
the honey on the feet for them.
Yeah, no, I'll do that. Or if they want to do that ASMR stuff,
we can
eat
roll with that all
cereal
night,
on
man.
camera, yeah. But as soon as you start getting the naked parts
Nah.
out, I might feel a type of way about
I
that.
feel sorry for them kids.
Oh, that's isn't that the bigger thing? Is how forget the husband. How bad is it when you go, my mom's an OnlyFans
Well, not only
star.
that, like you get into some beef with the kid at school, and they're like, look here, look at his mom.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what they're gonna, they're gonna do that.
Yes.
And they're gonna find out, bro. It's gonna happen. It's the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2025.
God.
If mom starts turning it out on OnlyFans and getting any success, they're gonna find her.
Yes.
And then you're gonna be that guy at school. Everybody's like, "Yo, what's your mom this weekend?" Sorry, B8. I have to kill you now, man. Let's see. Psychologist. Nobody needs a psychologist more than a psychologist. That's funny.
You know, all my psychiatrists have psychiatrists. Like all my therapists have.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was weird. Like everyone I've ever had always has a therapist for them.
Maybe it's just because they hear so much stuff that they have to filter it out. I don't know.
I get that. But I just thought that was kind of
That
weird.
is
man.
weird, though. Interesting. Law enforcement. Any insurance company employee, but especially health insurance. Yet law enforcement, I more understand. I don't get the health insurance thing. I guess maybe that's
Law enforcement, they're going to be real strict and have to make you listen. You know what I'm saying?
well.
Like,
It's just what those spouses, significant others worry all the time. Will their
man,
person
come
home?
home? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
1000%.
scary. Some people just they're not comfortable with that.
But most cops have that attitude where they think that they're like I'm big shit. Like I run this place. So
Some
it's got
do.
to come home
No,
with
I
them,
mean,
man.
some do. I can't say all, but
No, not
some
all,
do.
but a percentage.
No,
of
you're
them.
right, and it's
the little people syndrome.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's true. A nurse, they work too much strange hours, and I'd like to be able to see the person I'm dating. I think more so. That's about the nurses around too many doctors.
That's
can't
what I
compete
was.
with.
Yeah, because they got that bankroll.
Yeah,
They got that doctor
Yeah,
bank.
it only takes one of those doctors, and I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah,
you
when the
know?
doctor rings,
Yeah, the doctor come up and hey, girl.
boom, put a
You're like,
rock on it.
Yeah, you out. Soldiers and police officers. Yeah, soldiers. We talked about police. Soldiers, same thing. I mean, you
Jody, you got to watch out for Jody when you're not.
Jody, get your girl. I don't know even how they came up with that
I don't
name.
know.
but
Jody
that
must
is
be
it.
a really bad girl.
Jody was the pimp that took the girl. I don't know how they came up with that, but that is universal.
Man.
Jody got your girl. Don't worry
I'm
about it.
telling you, that's all they say.
Yeah.
Don't worry about your girl. Jody got
Jody
your girl.
got your girl. He's taking care of her. You don't worry about it. Like, who is Jody? I never met this son of a bitch. I
He
want.
will soon enough.
Yeah, no, you're gonna know him when you get home. He's with your girl, taking care of her. Let's see, politicians. Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. That's the public scrutiny is a lot.
Yeah.
Dentist or dental hygienist. I don't trust anyone who enjoys mouth torture.
Man, I'm telling yeah.
What?
That sucks.
I don't think it's mouth torture. I mean, it's torture maybe to you, but it's supposed to fix the problem. That'd be like calling an oncologist a torture agent because you have to go through chemo to get rid of your cancer. It's a pretty skewed perspective.
Doctor or dentist and stuff like that, my wife works for them. I understand that one.
Most dentists are, I can't say hers is, but the majority of dentists are millionaires.
Yeah, the building they just built was like 500,000. Yeah.
That dentist is a millionaire.
Yeah.
So now I take it back. Hers too. Yeah. I would never date a tennis player. Okay, that's weird.
That's kind of weird, man. I think they're jealous about the girls he's around.
Right, and this one, Elvis impersonator, never again. That would be weird to date an Elvis impersonator, no
What are
doubt
you
about
doing?
it. Always running around there.
I always
Thank
think
you very
about
much.
Cage or what's his name? He's all infatuated. The guy out of the movies that's in.
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah, he's all obsessed with him.
Yeah, no,
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, he's a weird cat.
Yeah, he is.
Honestly, he's interesting, I guess, to watch in movies, but he's weird for sure.
Gone in 60 Seconds, I think, was like his best one, and then after that,
Man, I do love that. and that was before Angelina Jolie was completely off the reservation. But I'm going to go with The Rock with Sean Connery.
Man, I forget. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That'll be one in my B too.
I do like
I
that
got
one
you
a
on
lot.
that one. You got me on that one.
Now that's a damn good action movie.
Yeah.
And I like Sean Connery a lot.
Yeah.
Even though that
Yeah.
was later on for him, he was awesome in it.
Yeah. Yeah. He was. You got me.
All right, let's do this real quick, shall we? You know what? As a real estate agent, I've seen lots of homes get caught up in probate. That's when somebody dies and they don't have a will. And the next thing you know, siblings are arguing over houses, possessions, cars, things like that. That is a nightmare you don't want any part of. You're going to need some help. You need someone with experience. You need Riggin Law. Okay, RigginLaw.com. Kristen Riggin there and her team are amazing at guiding you through this process. Look, you want to get what's coming to you, but you don't want to have to fight with everybody to get it. Just get Kristen to do the work for you. Go to RigginLaw.com. When you have questions, you have concerns about an inheritance, about anything like that, RigginLaw.com is the solution. Check them out. All right. I want to mention this. Just talked to Kristen yesterday. She's going to come in, I think, here in a couple weeks. We're working on getting the date set. But we're going to do an episode. She's going to spend an hour just dealing with questions from you guys about divorce and custody.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
like
'cause,
a free little consultation.
Well,
much.
yeah, basically an Ask Me Anything style thing.
Right.
You know, where that, because there's always people. Yes,
Thank
we're here
y'all.
at Legion. They're running a forklift right now. Be patient. It sounds like we're working around here.
We know that ain't true.
Well, that is not true, no. But anyway, she's going to come in and spend an hour and answer questions because so many people, you know, have questions pertaining to those things. I mean, it's really relevant.
And going and talking to like somebody like that can be really intimidating and stuff like that. So breaking the water by talking to her, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really great episode. I think a lot of people will benefit from it. You know, I've been there, done that, got the souvenirs.
Right.
Luckily, I'm past that place now. But yeah, I've been there where custody and divorce are issues. That
So
you
if
have
y'all
to deal
got
with.
friends and stuff that has any kind of legal stuff going on, tell them to tune in, and man, we'll
Yeah,
take care
especially
of
if it's
y'all, man.
divorce and custody,
Yeah.
because they'll really benefit. We'll be promoting the date.
No
here
kind of
soon.
criminal stuff, right?
No, I told her I just want to focus on one thing this
Gotcha.
time, because I really want to have a instead of just an overview, I want to talk specifically about things
Gotcha.
that
Gotcha.
matter to people. They may have questions about
Right.
that they don't know what to look for to
Right.
protect themselves.
Right.
Because that, you know, when you get into that situation, you know, you have to. There are certain things you should not do.
Right.
You know, and
Certain
you
things
need
that
to
you
know
should do.
those. Yes, and you need to know those. All right, let's get back to this though. Finding the right person to spend your life with is challenging. We just talked about the people won't date. But according to this new survey, research took a look into young American sex lives and their satisfaction with intimacy. One thing matters much more than anything else for millennials: good sex.
I figured it was money. Like I really thought you were going to say money.
You might have thought so. The poll found that among those 29 to 44, the quality of sex is the most important factor, 86%. 86%. If you're a millennial, you better be banking.
So yeah, that's
Or
they're
you
getting
ain't
it
gonna
in.
make it. Yeah. It says the poll finds those at those ages that quality sex is the most important. It beat out hobbies at 72%, or similar taste in shows, 60%. Millennials care about having a satisfying sex life much more than having similar lifestyles or sharing political views. This certified sex educator said that millennials value good sex more than anything else in a relationship because they're done having, quote, average or just okay sex. Well, I don't blame you. Average and okay sex kind of is boring. All right, let me take that back. I mean, it's not boring. It's just not as, hype, not as memorable. But anyway, says while she doesn't think people should only focus on that, she points out communication can make a big difference. Well, of course. Good sex is a result of good communication, honestly.
Can't communicate if there's something in their mouth all the time.
I don't know what just happened here on this program. It
I'm
went out of
just
control.
saying,
It just went
man.
out of control. Just
I'm
out.
not saying what body part. I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
saying,
I just just trying to kill people today, man. What are you doing? What are you doing over here, man? All right, let's move on, please. Now that just again because of principle.
3 on a Monday. That's good.
It is on a Monday. It is. Let's see what the people are saying real quick before we move on here. Sympathy for the Devil, he says, is the best Cage movie. I'll have to look at that. I don't think I've seen that one, man. Tasha said, most doctors are married. The nurse is the side piece.
Right?
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why, again, I wouldn't marry a nurse. Because I don't want her to have a doctor as a side piece.
Then that makes you the side piece.
Yeah, now I'm the side piece because I can't do what he can do. I'm going to get less and less time, you know? Be taking her on trips all over, buying her fur coats.
I got to go to work.
Right, yeah. I got to work another day this week.
Another double.
Yeah,
Another double.
Yeah, 8 doubles this week. There's only 7 days. Don't worry about it. I won't be home. Yeah, no, I get it. If my phone looks like I'm in Vegas, don't believe it.
Oh, man, the Live 360 is all jacked.
Right. All right. No shortage of people willing to give their 2 cents when it comes to how you ought to be living your life. Every once in a while, there's a gem of wisdom that breaks through and is so valuable you retain it forever. Maybe you share it with others. So on Reddit, where all good things happen, the question of the greatest piece of advice you've ever been given. So think about that for a second.
I know mine.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what is it?
Work smarter, not harder.
That is a great old saying and a great piece of advice.
Scrooge McDuck.
That's how you got it, Scrooge McDuck? That is great, man. It's even better that you got it from
I've
Scrooge.
lived with, that's like my motto. You can ask my wife, like, that's what,
Yeah,
Smarter, not
find how
harder.
to work less and make.
Yeah. I think that's
that's-
American way, man.
That is a phenomenal piece of advice, actually. Yeah. I want to tell you mine, but
Come on now.
I can't. I can't tell you.
Too much wisdom for y'all, man.
Yeah, too much. Working hard makes you lucky, it says.
Man, I don't know.
I don't know.
It pays the bills.
Yeah, it does that. I don't know if it makes you
Be
lucky.
lucky. Yeah.
Don't take criticism from people you wouldn't take advice from. That's powerful. I do like that.
I do like that.
I've
man.
not heard it put that way, but I do like
That's an
that.
awesome little nug right there,
Yeah,
man.
don't take criticism from people you wouldn't take advice from. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very
That's a
good
good one,
metric.
man.
If they're not good enough to advise you, they're damn sure not good enough to criticize you.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
really
I
good.
like that.
If you're afraid to do something, then do it scared.
There you go.
That's probably true. Yeah, I mean, I think to me that's the definition of courage. It's
That's-
not that you're not afraid; it's just you're willing to look past it.
Me on the podcast the first couple of
True, but look, you're good now.
I get it.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
still
good now,
here.
man. That's right. Never take a laxative and a sleeping pill at the same
Oh,
time.
hell no.
Beautiful piece of advice. You don't want to shit the bed ever.
Wear diapers.
No matter how mundane the job is, do it properly.
Always.
Man, that's so true. It really is.
You got to.
Yeah, it is true. If someone's going to be driving your car, add them to the insurance policy. Not always. Let me tell you, that is not always a smart idea. No, especially if it's your kid.
Yeah, you got to pay them premiums.
No. You keep full coverage, and then when you're asked, oh no, I gave him permission
Yeah,
to
it's
drive
just
it.
temporary driver.
Yeah, no, it was temporary. Never put your blank in crazy.
What?
Never put your blank
Okay.
in crazy.
How do you crazy?
Don't hook up with a crazy chick.
I got you. Okay.
That's what it's
okay.
saying.
I thought she meant like the way you were.
Never put your D in crazy.
Right. I get that. Okay.
Okay, you see,
yeah.
see where it was going now? I don't know.
Never put your D in C.
Yeah, don't put the D in the C. I don't know. I mean, if you're just having a good time and it's a one night thing,
Sometimes
that's
that could
great.
be an awesome thing, man.
Great, it'd be phenomenal.
But not a clinger like that.
But not
No.
not a long term.
No, man.
No.
No.
That's going to be a big problem.
Yes.
For you, yeah. Never cheap out on 2 things: toilet paper and garbage bags.
Man,
Truth.
I agree on that, man.
Truth.
Yes.
Yeah, true. No, both of them, you don't want them to break.
No.
Life is like a penis. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. Doesn't stay hard forever.
I like that.
Don't spend your money on someone else's vices. Huh, that's interesting. What would that mean? Like
Like if
someone's
you
gambling habit?
Well, yeah, like if your wife is like a meth head or something like that.
Oh, right. No, that would be it's a bad investment. Yeah. There's 8 billion people in the world. You're not going to like all of them, nor they you. Get over it and move on.
That is very, very, very true.
Man, it's so hard sometimes to accept that, but it is good to accept that.
No, yeah.
Look, I learned a long time ago, particularly with comedy, that some people don't vibe with what you do.
Right.
And that's okay. They
Yeah.
don't have to. I've known people, I've heard people go, man, I'm that angry. All he does is yell, yell, yell. I don't want to hear that shit. I get it. Hey, and you don't have to. That's the great news. You can go
You can
away.
turn the channel or
Yeah,
go away.
you can not be here for that.
Exactly.
Don't take random advice from strangers on the internet.
Agreed.
Yeah, mostly that is true. My favorite thing to see, which is the dumbest thing in the world, is when people go to Facebook for medical advice.
That, and then they're telling you, oh, you can go buy you this new Hummer truck and you can write it off in this LLC and this C Corp. And none of that shit is true.
Never, ever believe any tax thing from any social media.
Because if that
at
shit
all.
was true, people would already be doing it, and that racket would already be people like, no.
I saw this. Look, I remember when I was in my 20s, this went around, and it circled back recently. And it's really stupid, and you need to know it's really stupid. And that is, you cannot pay your taxes because you're a conscientious objector. That is in no way true.
Man,
There's
they're
no
gonna come for your
world
house.
that's true. Go ahead and do it and see what happens. Be a conscientious objector. Don't file. Don't whatever you want to do.
No.
You're gonna get burnt. They're gonna come for you.
People that scare me are all the alphabet boys, including the IRS. Anything with the alphabet, like FBI.
You don't mess with them.
None of them. Don't mess with none of them people,
No, it's
man.
probably a very good piece of advice
Yeah.
right there.
Alphabet.
I'm trying to think actually what the best piece of advice that I was given was. And I think it was from my mom, believe it or not, that had the most impact on me, which was you can't start as president of the company.
Yeah. You got to
And that sounds silly at first, but
No.
I was complaining because I was working as a stalker, and I didn't like some of the work I was doing, and I was complaining to her, and she said, "Son, you can't start as president of the company. You got to work your way
You
up."
got to put in the work, man.
You do.
You have
you
to.
do. And that stuck with me because it allowed me to understand there is a period of time where you somewhat pay dues.
No, yeah.
And I know that today, and I get it, the cost of everything's higher. I understand all that. But there is, it seems like a resentment amongst younger people today about paying dues. They always seem like they're mad if they have to do the job that's not the cool job.
They see all these influencers and stuff on the internet, and they see them making all this money, and they're just like, oh, I want to do that. And
Sure, yeah.
it looks easy on paper, but
It's
you got
never
to
easy.
put that work in, man. Like, you see these day traders and all this stuff making all this jack in one day and all this stuff, but there's thought, there's preparation that they did before all that people don't really
Trust
see.
me, there's a lot of work put in.
Yeah.
They do a lot of research.
Yes.
They're very good at their craft. You're absolutely right about that.
Yes. This generation just sees that stuff on the internet, and they're like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah,
They
no, I
don't
can watch
see
a
the
YouTube
back.
video.
Yeah, they don't see the backstory. They don't see what that person did for
That's what I'm
5
saying.
years
yeah.
before they got on the internet. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like,
and that is one of the things too, more recent you see, which is people who resent those who are successful. And I'm like, but do you understand how the world works? Without those successful people, you don't have new jobs.
Right.
You don't have new manufacturing.
Right.
You don't have new commerce going on. You need those people. Because trust me, there's no government in the world. Look, I'll tell you something. A lot of people who would love to get rid of capitalism, you hear a lot of those people right now online. In Cuba, when you retire, you get a big $15 a month.
yeah.
$15 a month.
But what's the cost of living over there? I know that's not nothing, but like
It's way below ours, but
$15 a day is not nothing.
no, a
though,
month.
or
A month.
A month.
a month.
I thought you said a day. That's
No,
that's
you know
horrible.
why that they drive a lot of old cars over there?
Because they have them from way back then, and they just keep fixing them up.
But
and
why?
stuff. Because they can't get
Because
nothing
they
over there.
aren't allowed to have the new ones.
Right,
over
they
there.
can't get imports.
No, they can't get imports. That's exactly right. So if that's the life you want to lead,
Right.
you can get on a boat in about an hour. You'll be in Cuba, and you can be as capital free as you want. You know, and see how the government. They have free health care, by the way.
It's beautiful over there, but
It's pretty.
yeah.
No, it's very pretty. It's super pretty.
Yeah.
You better like the view because that's all you're getting. That's all you got in Cuba is the view. Now the government, they're pretty wealthy. The people that run it are pretty wealthy.
but not
you know
the
the
people.
Castros and all
Right,
those
right.
higher ups. Oh, they have a lot of money, but not the citizens. And that's a true socialist communist society. The only one I know that's absolutely a true across the board like that.
I think so.
And if that's success in your mind, then yeah, let's do it. That ain't in my mind. All right, let's see what the people are saying here before we catch up with our sponsors. Does this look infected? No, I'm not looking at it. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not looking, so don't ask if it looks infected. That's it. I'm done with the people right now. You guys are really acting a fool this morning, so I just want you to know that. Like a damn fool. Have you been injured? You need an attorney with a passion for people and an obsession with justice. That attorney is Tim Reid in Little Rock. Look, they've won $1.3 million in wrongful death, almost $1 million in medical malpractice and in insurance dispute. These guys know what they're doing, but more importantly, he's not a figurehead of some kind. He's not just some person on a poster with a picture of a rig or a smile or his dog with him. This is a real guy you can text with, you can talk to, and who will take good care of you. He'll work with you personally to get what you deserve. Check out reidfirm.com, reidfirm.com, or give him a call, 777-7333. All right, we're back, and it is time. I made this commitment earlier this morning that for the first time ever on the show, we're going to play a song from somebody else. Our good friend, Little Doggy, Mike, made a song called "The Best Ham Sandwich in the World."
This is gonna be great.
And no, I'm certain that this is going to be the most popular song that we've ever played on this program. I can tell you that right now. I mean, that's just how it's going to be. So get ready. Here we go. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it.
Well, I pulled into the diner just past the old oak tree. Ain't no fancy five-star joint, but it caught my eye, you see. The waitress wore a smile, and I knew right then I'd found a treasure on that menu, the best ham sandwich around. Oh, it's the best ham sandwich in this whole wide world. With cheesy goodness melted, it's a flavor unfurled. Smoky, salty heaven, every single bite. I could fight a bull for it, won't stop till the night. The bread was fresh and golden, with crunch that made me sing. Tomatoes red and ripe, oh man, that's the real thing. I'm sitting by the window, just watching time roll by. With the best ham sandwich in hand, I could smile till I die. Oh, it's the best ham sandwich in this whole wide world. With cheesy goodness melted, it's the flavor unfurled. Smoky, salty heaven, every single bite. I could fight a bull for it, won't stop till the night. So raise a glass of sweet tea to the taste that sets me free. This ain't no ordinary meal, it's a love song just for me. I'll shout from every rooftop, let the townsfolk hear my claim. This ham sandwich is my passion, I'll forever watching this whole wide world with cheesy goodness melting. It's a flavor unfurled, smoky, salty heaven. Every single bite, I could fight a bull for it. Won't stop till the night. So if you're down and hungry and you want a taste of bliss, find that little diner, let your worries take a twist. One bite of that creation, and you'll know without a doubt that the best ham sandwich, it's what life's all about.
There you go.
Man, I'm hungry.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Yeah, let's see. Tasha said, I don't like ham sandwiches, but it makes me want to go try one.
Right?
Marcia said, that's hilarious. So I told you it was going to be great.
He
I
needs to
told you
reach
you're
out
gonna
to
love it.
Hardee's, man. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be like the little jingle for their ham sandwich.
Yeah, no, it'd be great. It'd be perfect for them. Let's see. Junior said good morning. What's up, man?
Morning.
Morning, Sean Skelton. How you doing,
Morning.
man? Were you eating a ham sandwich when you wrote this?
Probably
Somebody
so,
asked?
man.
Yeah, probably so.
And
yeah.
some sweet tea.
Yeah, right. You got to have the sweet tea with it, no doubt about it. All right, let's. Now later in the show,
Uh-oh.
I will debut my first rap banger.
I've heard some of these, man.
You know, no, this one I like this one a lot. It was kind of patterned on Migos because they're my favorite.
Gotcha.
So it's trap
See,
beats.
you got like the ad-libs behind it.
I do have the ad libs with it. Yeah, I sure do. You know I
That's
do.
gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I can't do it without the ad libs.
Right.
Let's talk about this, and we'll see if you think these are actually things that might make a difference. These are 21 surprising facts that are lifesavers you never thought about. Could save your life in an emergency. It's according to these people, okay? So it says most people who drown are actually close to safety. A lot of people don't know this, but the majority of drownings don't happen in an ocean. They happen within close reach or arm's reach of a safe exit. So what's the problem? People panic.
Mm-hmm.
People panic, which wastes energy. This is why it's absolutely necessary. If you're ever struggling in water, don't flail.
Right.
Float immediately. So what you got to do, extend your limbs, tilt your head back, take slow, deep breaths.
Dead man float.
Yeah, and that'll buy you essential time to regain control and strategize.
I've had to do that before, man. I almost drowned one time.
Really?
Yeah, out in the ocean.
Oh, in the ocean.
Yeah, we were
even.
fishing. We was walking the sandbars, and the tide came in, and we were still out there fishing.
And it pulled you out?
Yeah, it sucked me out. And, like, my buddy made it to shore, and there was, like, this big mansion, because we were in Tampa.
Yeah.
This big mansion right in front of us, and had a jet ski. And he ran up there and banged on the glass, and the guy come running out, and he jumped on the jet ski and saved my ass.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So it was that kind of bad.
I'd sit there for a minute, like they're saying, and do the dead man float, and then I'd go to the bottom, bounce off the water, come up, get some air, and then I dead man float for a minute. And I did that for like, 10 minutes.
Oh, wow. So it was a good while.
Yeah, I would have drowned without that. Yeah.
No, people don't understand the power. You know,
And I had all my clothes
water
on.
is the most powerful force
Yeah.
on the planet, without exception.
Man, it will swipe.
It's undefeated.
Swoop you out before you even know it, man.
Undefeated. Man.
Yes.
Just the pressure, the power of it. It's wild, man. All right, let's see what the next one is here. If you're ever in a public parking lot and someone points out damage to your car, don't go investigate it immediately. Criminals may use this to ambush you. I don't know. I mean, some people.
Man, they're going. I get it.
I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying.
Throwing them in a van when they get there
Yeah,
and stuff.
I guess if I were a young girl, you know, let's say from 16 to 30, that might be concerning to me. I don't think anybody wants to ambush me.
No.
They don't want me in the car with them. Trust me, they'll
My mama
not.
always said they'd bring me back.
Same with me. Yeah, no, you're not going to like me. You don't want me.
I can't believe Kristen has skipped me this long.
Right? You are. So am I lucky, right? You actually lose heat 20 times faster when you're wet versus when you're dry.
Yeah.
That's why it's absolutely necessary, if you can shed wet clothes, dry them before wearing them. It's worth noting as well that wool is warmer than anything that feels warm, even when it's wet. It's highly advisable that if you ever go out anywhere cold, bring with you something made of wool.
Hypothermia, man.
Yeah, no, it's real. That's real. Number 4, if you're ever stuck in an elevator in a tall building and it starts falling, don't
Jump right before it hits the ground.
Do not do that. Do not do that. Instead, what you should do is lay flat on the floor
I don't believe this one, man.
with your hand behind your head and one in the front. This distributes your fall evenly to avoid injury.
So you get an even splat?
Maybe. If it crushes, you're done anyway. But I get it. That does make sense.
I always jump.
You ain't ever been in that situation. Shut up. Baking soda, widely known to extinguish fires, even grease and electrical fires. In the case of a house fire, don't pour water on a grease fire.
No.
That's why it's absolutely necessary that you put baking soda instead. You should always try to keep a box of it near when you're cooking and grilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. It will put out a grease fire. Water will do the opposite of that. It'll have it spread everywhere. This says, do not, and I repeat, do not lay in the snow or walk alone in the cold when you're way too drunk. There should be no need to explain this. It should be common sense. Yeah, when you're drunk, there is no common sense. That's the problem.
Out the window.
Yeah, right? If you ever hear laughter in the woods, run.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm out.
This is not an urban legend. Criminals like kidnappers, human traffickers, and predators use laughter to disorient people and lure them closer. Yeah, if I hear laughter in the woods, I'm gone.
We used to go out in the woods, like in the middle of the woods, like in Petit Jean and stuff, and get lost and take acid. Oh my God, you talking about some fun?
And you made it back every time?
Man, yeah, luckily.
That's crazy, man. That you just go out in the middle of the woods and go, let's do it here.
It was insane. Like, we'd take off running different ways, and you'd hear people over here going, like, and you're like, what the hell have they gotten into? And somehow we'd all, like, find each other, and it'd be a good night.
No, I stupidly did that as well.
It's fun times, man.
It was. I've told the story once before, but when I was right out of high school, man, I mean just out of high school, me and my buddy decided to drop and go to Petit Jean.
Yes.
No, it's a great idea.
Yes.
Not a great idea.
Till you get on the
At all.
mountains.
Okay? Because you just don't think clearly as you should. I mean, you have a lot of great epiphanies.
You're like, wow.
But they're not always as good as you think sober. So when we were walking, it's a very, if you've never been to Petit Jean, the trail down to the waterfall is a very long trail.
But it's so beautiful on acid.
But it was dark. It was completely dark.
No.
It was 11 o'clock at night.
No.
That's when we went.
No.
Why? I don't know.
No.
Because that's when we dropped. I don't know. So 11 o'clock at night, the park is closed, literally. And we're walking down the trail, and we had this brilliant idea amongst us, which was, let's just cut down the side. It'll make it faster. This is not a good idea. There's a trail for a reason.
Exactly.
And we made it, I don't know, a couple minutes before we hit that edge. And we just started rolling down the damn mountain road. I mean, it seemed like forever because I was tripping balls. It seemed like I fell for 20 minutes. I did not. But that's how it felt, like it hit every bone that I had.
Oh,
we
man.
finally stopped rolling. We hit down at the bottom, and we're just laying there going, oh, God. Because now it's really trippy. And we get up. At least we got our flashlights. They were hooked on, and we start looking, and, man, we land in a place where everywhere you turn, there is a web that's 10 feet long with a giant, those big crunchy spiders in the middle.
Nope.
And I was, at that time, a pretty big arachnophobe. And all I remember saying is, we're never going to get out of here, man.
Nope.
We're never going to make it.
No.
We're never going to make it. And he was like, well, we can do it. We just got to crawl under the web, man. We got to crawl under them. Why didn't we just knock them down? It didn't matter. But no, that's not what we did. We crawled for a good 50 feet, 60 feet under like 3 webs, all the time sweating, tripping like they're going to come down and eat us,
Monster spiders.
Yeah, right? Like idiots. Then we fell asleep on a rock by the waterfall, a giant boulder, and I woke up just shivering.
Oh my God.
So that's why it's not that fun for me. You know, maybe for you it was a good time. I didn't have that time. All right. It says if you hear faint, irregular breathing in your bedroom but don't see anyone,
Run.
well, is that not pretty common sense? If you hear any breathing in the room and it ain't you or your significant other, get the hell out.
Yeah.
Here's a question. If you woke up, right? Let's say it's 2 a.m, you wake up and you hear somebody breathing in the room. You know it's not your significant other. Do you wake them up before you run, or do you run out first?
Oh, they're gonna hear the gunshot.
You're a gunshot, I assume.
Oh man, I'm going straight for that dresser, man.
You going for the gap?
Man, I'm going straight for
Yeah,
that.
I'll wake them up with the heater blasted.
She'll hear the shot, man.
Yeah,
I'll be
no,
like, I saved your ass.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky. I could have woke you up. I didn't. All right, fair enough. All right, this one says most human traffickers are actually women in most human trafficking, while men are the ones who dominate the leadership. It's women who recruit and deceive.
I could see that, man.
Goes for kids as well. If anything, it goes for everyone as well, including men, because women are most
More
likely.
trustworthy.
That is exactly right.
Yep.
They're perceived as trustworthy.
Yep. I can get that 1,000%,
So
man.
you better watch out. You right?
Come here and take this candy. And pow! Just throw you in the van.
All right. Losing weight without trying could very well be one of the 2 cancers or diabetes. Get checked immediately.
Or crack.
One of 2 cancers. Or you could be crack. Yeah. Crack, that is a diet. I'm going to say that's a diet. If you're ever at a gas station and you're a witness to an armed robbery, don't make eye contact with the criminals.
No.
Almost certainly, a lot of them shoot and kill those they feel could identify them. Stay still, keep your head down, and comply.
Right.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Have you ever been anywhere that was being robbed? Not by you.
I'm being quiet.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I understand that quiet. And the Fifth Amendment is your right.
Fifth.
So many amendments. So many amendments to choose from. And I always think that I would try to stop someone robbing a gas station, but that's probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
I've watched too many Bruce Willis movies.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I can get him. I can get him.
Don't do that, man.
I can get him.
For what? Like, no.
I don't know.
They got
That's
insurance.
the point,
Like,
right?
they're going to get paid. Like, just let them get their little payday. Homeboy's going to get his money back. Like, just chill.
Probably fair. People have disappeared after responding to job interview ads. Some criminals place fake job ads to hire desperate job seekers. If you ever see a job ad, do research on the company, the background, everything before you go to the interview. Man,
Do you not get all these texts? Like, are you interested in this job? Do you not get those?
I do. Yeah, those random texts.
And I'm like, I mess with them sometimes, but for the most part, I leave them alone.
I do love to get the calls or the texts like that because they are fun to just.
They're like, do you have a job? And we're like, yes, I worship Jesus, and then they go silent real quick.
I like to pimp them to the point where they're going to get a card number, get them all excited, and just go suck it, bitch, and hang up.
Yeah.
Dead bodies always float face down in the water.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a secluded area and you find a so-called dead body in the water, know the rule of nature. If someone claims they found a drowning victim, but the body floating is face up, they're lying. Always be cautious of people around you. Okay, well, I don't run into a lot of floating dead bodies.
I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm good on that one.
Yeah, I'm good. There are places where screaming is practically useless, or you shouldn't even scream at all. Deeply remote areas like the ocean, the mountain, rainforest, caves, nobody can hear you.
So like when they say when the tree falls in the forest and nobody's there, so does it really make a sound?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not.
Same with underwater, I guess.
Let's see. If you ever feel lightheaded after standing up, you might be at risk of sudden death.
Uh-oh.
People who frequently experience orthostatic hypotension, which is dizziness when they're standing up, have a significantly higher risk of stroke and heart attack, even if they're young and healthy. it's because their body is struggling to regulate blood pressure. So don't ignore sudden dizziness. Take it seriously. Often seek medical help. It can be an early warning sign of a circulatory failure. I never, when I was a kid, that would happen to me sometimes.
Yeah, because you just jump up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just jump up and you'd be dizzy real
Yeah,
quick,
yeah,
for a second.
yeah.
Did that happen to you?
No, yeah.
I wonder if that happened, because it makes me wonder. It hadn't happened to me really since I
Right.
was a kid. But
Right.
I'm like, does that mean I'm at risk? I don't know.
You might have been then. We might have been.
Might have been, yeah. If you ever wake up in the middle of the night and you can't move a single part of your body, but you're fully awake and feel like someone's watching, don't panic. Oh, that's easy to say.
Man, I had that happen to me once, man.
Really?
Yes.
Well, what was
When
the
I was
deal?
like 12 years old, I don't know. I thought it was a dream, but it wasn't. I woke up and I just couldn't move, and it was weird. I
Well,
even told my mom about it. Like,
What's happening is called sleep paralysis. It's a terrifying but harmless condition where your body's in full sleep mode, but the brain's fully awake.
yeah, it was weird.
Some people report seeing shadowy figures whispering or hearing noises or feeling something sit on their chest. Don't panic. It's not real. You're not in danger. Again, easy to say.
Yeah, it freaked me out.
Instead, what you have to do is focus on moving a finger or a toe. This can help your body wake up and stay calm. Take long, deep breaths. Panicking makes it worse.
Panicking always makes everything worse.
It does, but that's tough, man. I don't know, man. That's a tough one to not.
That was hard. That was a trippy thing, man.
Yeah. Let's see. A couple more here that we'll do.
What's that one?
If you're ever in a body of water and suddenly you feel unreasonably tired, get out immediately. It could be a cold shock response or water toxicity. Basically, your body quite literally is shutting down from absorbing too much cold or too much water, your skin or lungs. Way too many people ignore this and drown suddenly.
What about the ice plunge people? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I mean, Bundy does it all the time.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
What do you mean by ice plunge? You
well,
mean,
like what he's doing. Like,
oh,
just-
when your temperature's going down.
yeah, just jumping in there.
I don't
like
know.
that.
I mean, that was a question that I asked Bundy because I said I want to do the ice thing. I want to do an ice bath. I want to try it. I hate the cold.
I do
It
too,
feels
man.
terrible
God,
to me.
I hate it.
I hate it more than most anything. But I'm like, I want to try it to see what it's about. But it does scare me that, I mean, you've heard of people stepping into water that was too hot or too cold. And
Right. Yeah.
just lights out. So it does make me nervous about it.
Like when we had our pool, like I used to mow the yard and I would jump in the pool right away. One time I got really dizzy, like it almost made me sick, like doing it one time.
Yeah.
So that I think about that, I'm like, like
Yeah.
that can't be just awesome for your bite. I don't know, man. I've never done
Shock.
it like that. Yeah,
Shock,
that's
yeah.
what I'm thinking about. Is the whole
Yeah.
shocking.
If you ever see anything powdery on things you use daily, like your car handle, your mailbox, don't touch it. Never touch powder left on car handles, doorsteps, mailboxes. Drugs like fentanyl and other things can be absorbed and can kill you immediately. That is true with fentanyl. I saw a
Yeah.
thing yesterday where there was some kind of news story, and they were talking about marijuana that people are putting fentanyl on, and that they were cautioning people,
Yeah.
not about dispensary, but the urban
No.
pharmacies.
Yeah.
Because what they said is they don't know, and they may not even have an idea as the people that did it. Could be 2 or 3 back.
They say
You
the
don't know.
cartels and stuff are doing it.
But I don't really know the why. Why would you?
They said that it gets you addicted to it, and the effects of it. Think about it. Like the pills and stuff like that. They make you heavy eyes, make you
Yeah.
sleepy, just like weed does. So if you
Yeah.
put that in there, that kind of
Yeah, if you put too much in there, it'd be the
But-
last joint you smoke.
right. That's the
That's your
bad.
last
yes,
spliff.
that's the horrible side effect of
Yeah.
it. Man.
So if you're not dispensary buying, you may want to
Be careful, man.
because apparently crazy people are doing crazy things to weed.
I've had people that like nurses that come in and that they have people coming in to the infirmary and stuff like that for it happening. So I mean,
Really,
it is happening.
from smoking weed.
Smoking weed with fentanyl, it does happen.
So you've literally
I've
seen
talked-
that or talked to people.
I've talked to nurses in Conway that said they've seen it happen. It's not happening all the time, but they have seen it.
But it has happened.
Yes.
And how many times does it take?
Just
One?
once. on that stuff, man.
One?
It's insane.
No, I mean it's crazy that
When we grew up, there was like, oh yeah, but there's not that one pill that could, you know, what I'm saying?
There
This
was-
you touch it and it'll kill
yeah,
you, man.
fentanyl, you can touch it
It's a
and it
game
kills
changer,
you. It's a
man.
massive. There used to be an urban legend, which was not true, but about a guy that, and I think a lot of people heard this story at least when we were kids, which is there was a policeman who they busted somebody with a 55-gallon drum of acid, and he did the old put your finger in it. And they said he became a vegetable and never came back. It was not true. It was not true. But now that is true with fentanyl. I mean,
Do you
one
remember?
touch.
Do you remember the movie Bella with DMX in it?
I don't.
They're on that movie right there. They're talking about this new hardcore heroin that's going to hit the streets and stuff like that, and it sounds just like fentanyl. It's really weird if you go back and watch
Really?
that. Yeah.
It is wild, how much of that is out there, and I don't want to play with it, man.
No.
I'd like to
you
live.
can't do the street drugs like we did growing up. Sad.
No, it would be very. I told both my boys don't be doing that stuff, man. That's the stuff that'll get you messed up, man. Stay
Yes.
away from that stuff.
All that stuff nowadays, man.
No,
it's
it's-
all got.
No, I don't care. Listen, you may 99 times be okay, but that one time,
It only takes once, man.
no, don't be a fool. Yeah, there's nothing you could. There's no way you can come up and go, yeah, you want to snort in the hell? No, I
There's
don't. You
no
get that
way.
out of here, man.
That or take a pill. You
No,
know,
no, I'm not. Hell no,
perks.
I'm not.
Nope.
Get it out of here, man.
Nope.
Not interested. All right, let's see what people are saying right now. Let's see, by the way, it's almost 8 o'clock if you're wondering. It's going to be a decent day. I think the high is going to be maybe in the low 70s today. This is pretty good out there.
Top back weather.
What is it?
Top back.
Oh, yeah, like convertible, yeah. All right, let's see. What are SCA scandal? It would be to find out. Oh, what would be a scandal would be to find out Little Doggy was eating a bologna sandwich when he wrote that song. It's a great scandal, Tasha. You're right. You're right. I'm going to give that's a 4-star Yelp review on that line. That's a good one right there. This is why you don't do drugs, kids. Yes, no, that is correct.
Exactly why.
That is correct. Story from a woman on Facebook this weekend. She was warning people of some guys she encountered that were at Walmart trying to kidnap women. She posted one of the guys in his vehicle.
Man, I hear about that all the time.
She was at Walmart in Little Rock.
Yeah. Taking pictures of kids down the aisles and stuff like that. Like, I hear that on Facebook. I'm like, man, let me
Man,
catch somebody.
please try to take a picture of my kid and see what would happen.
Y'all be seeing me on Book. Y'all been waiting for it for a while. Y'all see
I'm gonna
that?
be in the what is that thing called?
Booked.
No, the thing that comes out shows all the arrests.
Yeah, the Book. That's what they call it.
Oh,
Book.
it's called the book.
The Booked is what they call it.
Oh, the
Conway.
booked. Okay,
Booked.
we had one with a different name. It starts with an S. I'm trying to remember what it was,
But yeah.
you're gonna see me in
Yeah,
there for
and
sure.
I'm going to be smiling. Yeah, I did that shit.
Yeah. Let's see. My youngest has been passing out when he gets minor pain, cat bites, smashes hand. Doctor says he has a sympathetic nervous system.
What?
I've
even
heard
heard
that
that.
phrase. No, I've heard that phrase. I don't really know
That's wild.
what that means, but I would want to know more.
Yeah, that's interesting.
This dude said, I was buying green from someone. I was afraid it was sprayed with fentanyl. Put you right to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be.
That Zaw.
Might be. Oh, the Slammer. That's right, Amanda. It's the Slammer. That's the one that at least in Saline County, we have.
Oh, yeah.
Where your pictures show up because you got arrested.
The Slammer. That's a good
That
one.
is a great name in it. Yeah, no, definitely I would be in the Slammer if you're taking a picture of my kid like that. That's just weird, man.
My wife was looking at mine the other day, they were looking at mine at work, thinking
Your
that all my court docs.
Oh, okay.
Because they thought they were gonna see some dirt. There ain't nothing on mine. She had more than.
No, man, I please look mine up.
All my stuff was juvenile.
Yeah, I had a shoplifting when I was 18, but I worked it off making drug coloring books for the.
That's awesome. We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, I got busted shoplifting, and they offered me either landscape, and I was like, nope, or I could work at the publishing place making drug awareness coloring books. And
Yes.
so I would get high as hell,
Yes.
and go in and make drug coloring books. I'd
Dare
staple
coloring books.
pages upside down, backwards. I'd get in trouble. You know, like, listen, this is free labor, bitch, okay? I'm not coming in here not high. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm 22.
I always had to go to the
21,
damn
22.
Salvation Armies where I always got stuck.
Oh, yeah?
That's where they'd always throw me.
You know, that happened to my younger.
The Salvation Army? Yeah.
Yeah, he had to do a little work there for community
Sucks,
service.
man. Yeah.
Or something. If it wasn't there, it was one like that he did. But yeah, but that was really my big law enforcement. I did get arrested once for a hot check for $1.
Oh,
Most expensive pack of cigarettes I ever bought. Cost me $101.
Man.
Yeah, and but that was, I was like 18 then. I'm trying to think if there's that's really about it, man. I don't have any.
I don't have any on me.
crimes.
I couldn't believe when she told me. I was like, I don't have any. She's like,
Now I'm not gonna tell you I never did anything wrong. I'm just gonna say I was really lucky.
right,
Really lucky.
right.
Really lucky. Super lucky. Yeah, there were so many times I should have gone to jail. Could have and should have both gone to jail, you know. All right, let's, well, I'll tell you what let's do. Let's drop this rap banger.
Oh, man.
Yeah, let's take a quick break. And I'll tell you, this one was inspired by Migos, and I wanted to do, I wanted to write something that was legit, but wasn't just full of language, not because I'm afraid of it, but just, you know, to keep it,
Sponsors.
yeah, sponsor friendly, so to speak. But I think we did a great job on this one. I like it a lot. I think if you can get down a little bit, if you like weed.
Who don't like weed?
I mean, who don't like that? I mean, we're sitting here talking about it, so we may as well, right? So let's move into this. It's called Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Why everybody cooking up beef? Laid back into this keef. Why be so blunt when you can just smoke this blunt? No need to build up a battlefront. Guns down, no stunts. Laid out on a minefield. Mind kill so high, just like Lauryn Hill. Fuji. Yeah, I got the fat refill. Shrink wrapping big bills. No, we ain't got fifth wheel or cheap deals. No deal. Got OZs and they green as envy. Break it up, grind it, put it in a palm. This the kind of gas to start a frenzy. Bomb you out like Vietnam. No need to put a heater when you can leave it to Beaver. What? Hey, Mrs. Cleaver. Everybody wanna see her. You got hoes in different area codes. I got O's in every one of those. And that's 16 more, even one by the dollar store. Been there. Got OZs and it green as envy. Break it up, grind it, put it in a palm. It's the kind of gas to start a frenzy. Bomb you out like Vietnam. When you see the array, you won't believe your eyes. It's a full-length buffet. What you need, a side of fries? You want it in a zip, a zag, or maybe in a 30-pound glad. Yeah, we calling that a gas bag. Get you an elbow or this lily pad. Got OZs and it green as envy. Break it up, grind it, put it in a palm. This the kind of gas to start a frenzy. Bomb you out like Vietnam. Boom! Bomb you out like Vietnam. Bomb you out like Vietnam. Boom! I'm blowed. 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 When you got OZs and they green as envy, break it up, grind it, put it in a palm. This the kind of gas that start a frenzy, bomb you out like Vietnam. Like Vietnam.
All right, there you go. That was a rap banger right there.
And turn that back on.
I know, right? That was pretty good. Pretty good. I liked it myself. Very excited. We do have a guest in the studio here, Stephen Reid. He is a comedian, correct?
That's right.
Yeah. Let me put your mic up. There you go, man. Where all do you perform at, man?
So I'm from Northwest Arkansas. I'm from Centerton. And
Okay.
I perform a lot in Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, a little bit in Bentonville, and some in Fort Smith, Joplin, just kind of
Okay.
around the area. It's a couple-
Okay. So all over the place.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing it, man?
I've been doing it for 2 years.
2 years. So
Yeah.
you're brand new in the business, man. That's very exciting time.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that is exciting, man.
Yeah.
So are you having a good time doing it?
Oh, I'm having a blast.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
Okay. All right. Of one second. Let me.
At least what I've seen so far.
Yeah. Okay. So what inspired you to do comedy?
I've always loved it. I used to do like bits for my dad. I remember doing like, "Hey, Dad, is this funny?"
Yeah. Right.
And he'd just be like,
Yeah.
But anyways, no, I've always been like a huge fan of comedy my whole life. Kind of had, so I guess my story a little bit is like, I put that to the side. Mm-hmm. I'll just watch that on TV.
Yeah.
And do some other stuff. So kind of like a normal guy ended up with a kind of a normal job. Got an office job.
Yeah.
I've been working on it for about 10 years, and I just really didn't. I wanted to do something that was
More.
kind of like creative. I always been
Yeah.
creative, but I didn't really know where to put it. So I have a brother who's a musician. So I wanted to do that for a while, and I don't have the countenance to practice guitar and all that.
Right.
And so I just kind of went throughout life, and a couple years ago I was like, hey man, why don't you just go do it? Like you want to do it.
Yeah.
And I just showed up to an open mic in Rogers, and then I found like the Northwest Arkansas comedy community.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a burgeoning community up there. I mean, it's really growing. How many comedy clubs are up in North Arkansas now?
so there's the one comedy club, the Grove.
Okay.
But there are a lot of breweries and like restaurants.
A lot of open mics and things that are going on up there.
showcases.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of places to perform other than the Grove Comedy Club.
So what are you, at this point, 2 years in, are you a host, are you a feature, are you headlining? What are you doing?
So I'm a little new to like the terminology as well. So I would say that I'm definitely a host. So I can host. Really enjoy hosting.
Yeah.
Open for people.
So you probably have if you were going to come drop a full set, 15, 20 minutes maybe? 10 minutes, what do you got?
I think I could go for 30.
You think you can go half hour
I
even?
think I could go for half hour.
That's a feature act if you can pull a solid 30.
Yeah, I can definitely do 20. I've done and my kind of thing on it is like that question, how much material do you have?
Yeah.
Is a really hard
It is a hard question because, especially when you're newer,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of things that are unknown to you at this time.
Yeah. I'd say I got 20 and then I could survive for like another 5 to 10.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
I'm kind of right there. Like that last 10 may not be
When
there
I-
might not be jokes, but you might have a good time.
Yeah.
You might feel better about yourself.
No, I
talking.
get that. Yeah, when I started, I can remember trying to build my set out, and I had no business headlining when I started, but that's what I did. Because, well, I did it because when I'd gone to hear the Looney Bin, at that time owned by other people, and I was doing a radio bit that I'd been doing for a long time. It was syndicated on different radio stations, and I was a regular guest on Corey and Jay at that time. And so when I went to him, I wanted to host, you know, and he was like, you could do open mic. And I was like, man, I feel like I could draw for you and do a good job. And he just, at that time, didn't want to do that. Now, looking back, even though I disagree, I understand why, but it pissed me off. And so I just went to other venues and started booking shows.
Yeah.
It took me a little while. I found Beano's and Samantha over there, and I'll always, for the rest of my life, be grateful to her because she opened that door for me.
Yeah.
And also set the stage for me to keep doing it, because I did my first show at Vino's, and it was the most surreal moment, still one of the most surreal of my life, which was, I pulled up to park, and there was a line literally around the building to see me, which was crazy. It shouldn't have been, but there was, And then I went in and did 45 minutes, and really, it wasn't a good 45 in my mind.
Yeah.
But they loved it. They
Yeah.
were very happy about it.
Yeah.
I think they were just supporting me
Yeah.
in my first show more than anything else, and they really buoyed me as an audience. But once I did that, it was like, oh no, shit, I want to do this.
Yeah, it's weird. People are like really supportive, especially when you're new. If they know you.
Yeah, they're usually pretty supportive until you try to make money.
And then
And then all of a sudden they're like, well, I don't know, buddy.
you're like, hey, I'm gonna be at this place tonight.
Yeah.
And it's nothing on the group text.
Right. No, it's nothing. No.
Cool. All right.
No, but it's just time to build that setup. You learn that through doing it. Another thing you learn the hard way a lot is that when you have a small audience, your material goes way faster. Way faster, about twice as fast. And I've been in that moment where, we've got a crowd of 15 or 20, and when you have a full room, you get people into a laugh zone, you can pause for 15, 20, 30 seconds sometimes. Yeah, I've seen a minute. Where people are laughing so hard and the comedian's kind of gesturing and they're still with it. And that buys you all this time. But when that crowd size shrinks.
Oh, yeah, they get done real. They're like, okay, that was funny. What else?
Yeah, what else? That's right. It's on to the next, to the next, to the next. And you got to figure out, how do I stretch this out? And that's where crowd work comes in.
They have a good, I would say, like, in the really neat thing about Northwest Arkansas is there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of places to perform. And so there's a lot of different, there's I've been to when I say full, there's probably it's always hard to tell. I'm always like, what is there, 60, 70 people in here? Like, that feels like a lot.
That's plenty for a comedy show. That's more. If you've got 45 or more, you've got plenty to have a great show.
And then there's the ones that are there's 8 people.
Yeah, no, those are tough.
And you're but
that's where you cut your teeth, though. That's where 100%. You find the real jokes that work.
Right.
There's guys up there that just that's what they'll tell you. It's because everybody wants to. I know this is a common thing with people that start comedy. They start it because they've been watching Instagram and they're just I want to be. And then they get in it and you're like, there's 10 people here. This is the job.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Time.
No, you're right. People online think that they're just going to show up and it's going to be a full crowd and everything's going to be great and go swimmingly. But most of the time, the person that's funny at work is not a comedian.
Right.
They just know everybody well and everybody knows them and their issues, so they are funnier at work. But you put them up in front of an audience and all of a sudden nobody knows you and that shit don't play.
Crickets.
And so, you got to go back and write real jokes instead of the jokes that you're talking about coworkers, because that'll only carry you a minute, know.
But there's just a lot of different rooms that you see. And so,
that's great, actually, because here they don't have that as much. You would think we would.
Yeah.
And at different times in the comedy scene, there have been multiple places to perform, but I think there's 2 or 3 here right now.
Yeah.
And the Looney Bin's one, the Joint is another, and then there might be a couple of off venues that will have some comedians come in, but it's not a regular thing,
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at though right now. I'm just trying to do as much of that, 10 to 20 minutes.
Do you see a lot of comedians come up from here to perform up there?
Yeah, there's y'all have y'all's little, the guys I know, y'all have y'all's little crew down here, and they kind of hang out at the Joint, the Looney Bin, but they'll come up and do our showcases. The Black Apple weekly showcase at Black Apple Hard Cider. That's a great show.
Is it?
Yeah, there's always a lot of people.
I need to come up there and check it out sometime.
It's a every Thursday show that the Natural State Comedy folks put on up there.
Yeah.
And so that's where when you when you start doing comedy up there, we have this the first thing I do, they had an open mic at New Province Brewing, and I went there, and that's where I did my first open mic. And as I kept showing up, I started to notice okay, they run this page, and then the kind of progression of things. I think it took me about 9 months of doing open mics for someone to be like, hey, do you want to host the next one? So
That's cool.
I keep pinging on
No,
that
you're
thing.
fine. You're fine.
And then after that, you know, it was like a month or two later, they were like, hey, you want to come do 5 at Black Apple?
Yeah.
And then you just kind of like go with them. Like you just kind of like, that's kind of the way I do it. Like I just kind of go where they tell me to go. Like I'm not.
No, I get it.
I'm not-
You're just right now. You're getting your feet under you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really the facts, you know, and that's
Yeah.
how it is. There's so many weird things about comedy, like if you're playing non-traditional venues, which is where I've spent most of my career performing. I had one time in BB, and look, I love going there. I'm not even going to name the venue out of kindness, but I love to perform there. I will perform there. I may later this year perform there, but showed up one time to do a comedy show. We had 140 people.
That's good.
Okay, this is a good crowd.
Yeah.
And I take door, and they get booze and food, you know, and I charge $10 a ticket, same as I've charged forever. I've
Yeah.
never changed it ever.
Nice.
And so that's a good night. 140, that's 1,400 bones, right?
Oh yeah.
But I showed up, and I don't know where the miscommunication was, but they didn't have a mic or a speaker, an amp or a mic.
Oh
And I'm like,
man.
man, you got 140 people here, bro. I can't loud talk this one. You know, I can do 20, but not 140. I mean, you every table here, there's standing room. I mean, it's packed out. So as soon as they start laughing, nobody can hear me anymore. So they sent someone. They said, "Oh, I know something. We've got an amp and a mic." Y'all, they brought this thing back. It was like a Hello Kitty first mic and amp.
Was you holding it when you?
I literally couldn't leave. I couldn't go more than 3 feet any direction.
That's horrible.
And so I had to stand behind the podium. Now, I mean, I made it fun, but man, what a tough ride that
Right.
was. You
Feels
know,
like you're giving a tour or something.
yeah, well, that's the kind of shit that happens though at these non-traditional venues. I had another one where I had to stop the show and get some duct tape because the microphone connection to the XLR was so loose. It would just keep popping, you know, and it's
man.
such a distraction. So, yeah, you run into all kinds of things like that, Stephen, in comedy. But it's exciting to have new faces and new people in the comedy scene. So I'm excited for you, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Now, do you have a website that people go to? Or?
I have so I'm working on that. I have an Instagram page.
Okay, that's great. What's your Instagram handle?
It is Steven_Reid Comedy.
And that's REID?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Stephen, and that's with a V.
Yep.
Steven_Reid Comedy
Comedy.
on Instagram.
Subject to change name, but give it a follow.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's that stuff too. Is like I know that I need to do that stuff too. But kind of right now,
You don't.
now where I'm at is it says that's my page and it says message me for bookings.
That's all you need right
Open
now.
for business, baby.
Don't go building up a whole bunch of stuff right now. Just work on the material only.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I feel about it. Like I just like
You know the
it's the only thing it's one of the only things I've ever done that like so far it's like I can, and I'll catch myself in that mode where you're like, I need to do X, Y, and Z. But it's
you don't right
it's,
now.
It's real easy. It's easier than anything else I do.
Let me tell you, the biggest danger now of any performer is the power of the internet, because everybody wants to be a star, but if you're not ready to be a star and you put everything out there and set all your infrastructure up and people start coming to it and you don't have the goods, you've wasted all your time, effort, and money.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you have the goods,
Yeah.
Then
and
you
people are
showcase.
responding the right way to you, then
Yeah.
you go out and you build that up.
Right.
You know, that's the right thing to do right now, and just in my humble opinion, is focus on exactly what you are, writing and performing. Write and perform. And if I had any comedy suggestion, it would be write every day. You know, even if you take 30 minutes, you take an hour, whatever you got time to spare, that even 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Just write every single day.
And write everything down.
Yeah, that's one of the things I talk about this a lot here. Once you become a comedian long enough, even in the worst moments of your life, you stop and go, Okay, there's comedy here. Let's find it.
Yeah.
You know, it is. It's a sickness that you,
No,
you
yeah.
develop. Yeah, you're going to find the funny in it.
Yeah.
You know, I know when I'm dying, if I'm coherent, my last breath will be some kind of punchline. If I have anything to do with it, my last breath will be a punchline going out. You know,
100%, man.
but it just writing. You know, and when I was mentoring comedians, the first thing I would tell them is, you know, you write what you perceive to be 5 minutes of great material. You know, hone it, craft it, write it, and then you take something to record with. And you don't have to do it at full comedian level, but you need to speak it as you expect you will, and walk through that. And then after you're done, as painful as it is, start listening to it and you break it down. You break down the points where when you hear it, you go, that's way too long. Those words are too much.
Yeah.
You know, I need to do this and do this. Another thing, well, once you do that, you write a skeleton and then you flesh it out from there.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times jokes are developed on the fly. You know, you may have something written, but when you get there, the goal is always to develop it from 1 minute into 7 or 10.
Right.
You know, but at least 5 to get a good bit. You know, and that's super helpful as an exercise to do that. But when you do that, you're able to work in what Cat Williams' metric is, which Cat Williams' metric is how many laughs per minute am I getting?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's what you got to do to be successful as a comic. There are long-winded storytellers like Ron White, for example, whom I love and is amazing, but he's not a joke-a-minute guy.
Right.
He's a slower burn. Yeah,
Right.
but if you think about it, there aren't many comedians that operate in that atmosphere. You
Yeah.
know, most are,
Yeah.
you know, pretty quick. And so the more laughs per minute, the better you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a good way to rate yourself and evaluate when you're watching the footage from your performance, which I assume you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get a good deal of it.
And I hate watching it.
I know.
There's nothing I can think of almost that I hate more than watching me do stand up.
Yeah, it's bad.
Even if I enjoy my stand up, I don't want to watch me do it because I'm too critical of me.
Yeah.
You know, I tear me down. But that's the job.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how you get better is playing through that pain, watching it, going, yeah, I'm probably standing like an idiot there. Those pants are too tight. I'm holding the mic wrong. You know, you look at everything and break it down, man.
I want to be doing it for a long time. Like
Well,
that's what I like.
then
That's kind of what I think about. Like when
Yeah.
like it's you ain't gonna get anywhere. You can't. One of the things that's weird about it is that you do all kinds of other stuff and people do a million things, but all
Right.
of them they all take time. And there's always people in every you do that's going to be better than you.
Yeah.
And it's because they've been
True.
doing it longer.
No, it's true. It's
And
true.
you can't speed that up.
No, you can't speed that up. And the fact of the matter is, no matter where you are in life, almost without exception, no matter who you are or what you do, almost there's somebody better.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't have started doing
Now,
it.
there may be a handful of astrophysicists or neurosurgeons that they're the best and it's unquestionable. But
Right.
in most fields, there's somebody better, no matter how good you are. You know, and you just accept that. I'm not competing with them. I'm competing with me.
Yeah, I have a good friend in NWA. He's a great mentor of mine. His name's Joe Means. He does a lot of comedy around here.
Great name for that.
Yeah, he's
Because
fantastic.
Joe means business, Joe means comedy, Joe means
He's-
whatever.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic.
No, that's such a great name for
He
that.
he definitely told me like do as many 10 to 20 minute spots as you can.
That's right. Yeah, get in there, jump
Yeah.
in, get in the water.
I was going somewhere with that. So it was good advice, I promise.
No, it's all
What
right.
it was.
No,
What was he gonna say? What was that?
it'll circle back to you. It'll circle back. What do you, when you're doing comedy? Let me ask you this: when you were young, when you were a kid, maybe,
Yeah.
who was it you saw and you went, I could do. I like that. I'm inspired by that.
Yeah. So Jim Gaffigan was
Gaffigan.
a big guy of mine because he was I could watch him. So like my parents would let me
Right.
watch him.
No, it makes sense.
My dad would be like, he's funny.
And I like.
I'd go Gaffigan, just kind of your traditional guys. Like I grew up, it was funny. Like I had older brothers, and so like my older brothers are 10 and 12 years older than me. So when I'm like 8, 9 years old, like I'm watching Seinfeld.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what-
No, I
that's
get
what I'm
that.
watching.
No, that's great.
I'm watching stuff like that. I'm watching like their shows.
Yeah, I do like Gaffigan. He had a couple of just unbelievably great sets. More recently, it's lost a little flavor for me, but that does not take away what I love about him. What he does, as well as anybody's ever done, is he takes the joke down to the most base level possible,
Yeah.
the broadest, most relatable thing, and just starts digging into it from every direction. And so, it's brilliant how he does
I
that.
like the way that he talks about, like, he just talks about stuff.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm talking
it's
about.
It's not
No,
real, like, high
his
level
his
subject
big jokes,
matter,
his
but it's
biggest
like-
jokes are hot pocket and bacon.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, really, truly. I mean, those are his biggest jokes, and they're very simple, but they're very relatable. And he breaks it down so finite,
Yeah.
into the most simple things that people relate to.
Yeah.
And that's what I respect about his game.
Yeah.
You know, it is always great, I guess. You know, a lot of people I hear right now, Nate Bargatze, is everybody's talking about him because.
Kind of a storyteller guy.
Well,
Yeah.
comedians, for some reason, they consider if you can do it without language, it's somehow higher art.
You definitely do it for more people, that's for
Well,
sure.
you can do it for more people, and you can call it more artful if you want to, and it maybe it's more clever. I personally enjoy comedy that's spicy.
Yeah.
I need something that pushes me to places that maybe I hadn't thought about, or I'm a little bothered by it.
I like,
No, really. I mean,
No, that's true.
I grew up, one of the guys that I really like. So like one of the comedians that like that kind of does that and kind of looks things is I like Patton Oswalt.
oh yeah,
Oh,
no, he's great.
Patton Oswalt has this bit about a steakhouse and about how like they're too intense with the commercials. Like he's like here at Black Angus.
Yeah, right.
Gonna slather it up with. He's
Yeah.
like, I thought I'm getting a steak. He's like, oh, you're getting a steak.
Yeah, we just
By
had
the end of the thing, he's like, lock the door. You can't leave the restaurant. Or whatever.
That's funny.
He's just,
we just had a comedian in here the other day who's was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Orlando, and Orlando, he was talking about that bit or that comedian and
Yeah.
you know the similar things about it. So yeah, you're in good company.
he
on
has
that
this.
one.
Yeah, these are the guys that we just listen to on.
Yeah,
You know, just over time.
matter of fact, Patton Oswalt was the one that gave him his break.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just was on
America's Got Talent.
America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
He just performed at headline the Looney Bin this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we always have the Looney Bin headliner every Friday here and talk to them and find out, you know, what their sources of inspiration were, what motivates them, what type of comedy they do.
Yeah.
You know, and give them a little longer forum than what you get on a radio station or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's a lot of fun to have them out. All right, let's do this. I need to do a couple of spots here real quick. So let me tell you about that. And then we're going to do This Shit Ain't Funny. So today, it's $5 Crowler Day over at Stone's Throw Brewing. Yeah, 402 East 9th Street. They have 14 beers on tap, a wide variety. They're all craft made right there. And you go in today and you get that for $5.
Man.
That's 32-ounce can to go of anything they have. There are no exceptions like exclusions like other breweries do. So get in there today. Get your $5 Crowler. Get a couple of them. Matter of fact, why don't you tell them you heard it on the show and get another 10% off and actually get it for $4.50?
There you go.
That's the smart play if you like beer today.
And
What now?
32 ounces, that's like a big gulp.
That's a big ass beer. That's a BAB, a
walking
big ass
around
beer. Yeah. Now we'll go the other direction here. Let's say that you have anxiety that you're dealing with, and maybe you tried even marijuana, but you didn't like the euphoria, you didn't like the way it felt, you didn't like the stigma, your job won't let you do that. That's all understandable. There's a lot of people like that. At Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals, they're a veteran-owned company, and they tailor CBD sublingual recipes to your specific need. whether it's pain relief, it's stress, it's anxiety, weight loss. They've got custom blends crafted to help you. And once you get it, if you want more of a particular or less of a particular feeling, they'll make that adjustment for you. You talk directly with them. Right now, you can go over there to bantx.com. And if you order, you put in PATP25, get 25% off your first order right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've had Jerry in here, Jerry Brummett, who's one of the owners. We've had him in here, I think, 3 different times now. He'll be back again here in a week or so, I think. And he always helps educate us on the terpenes, the different things.
Fun stuff,
Yeah, the good stuff. So that, when you're placing an order, you know what you're doing.
Sometimes them menus can be like overwhelming if you don't know what you're looking at and looking for and stuff.
No, that's absolutely true. They really can be. One more quick thing I want to mention is my friend Josh Taylor over at First Horizon Bank. Now, look, if you are going to buy a house, and I hope that you'll contact me to do that, to buy or sell your home, I do a lot of that, to be honest with you. And my friend Josh works at First Horizon. What he's great at is they're a local bank, and they have really large grants, up to $9,000, that you can use to for down payment or closing costs. And it's for different groups. So you could be income-based. You can get up to a $9,000 grant if you're buying a home in a minority census. You could be a first responder and get up to $9,000 grant, or a professional like a doctor or lawyer.
Awesome.
All of those qualify, and it could be you. He got a couple into a house that they paid $500. It's the total amount they put in.
It's awesome.
Sometimes it's zero. But you got to find out if you qualify first, right?
Right.
So give them a call, 351-2579. It's 351-2579.
And grants you don't have to pay back.
No, you do not pay the grant back.
That's them giving
That
you
is
money.
free damn
Hell yeah.
money. And when you're talking about up to $9,000,
That's a lot of free money.
That's right. That is. All right, let's do this.
Listen up now, I'll tell you a story. Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news you could ever hear. Things just like this make you fear. Lying lunched on a dumb guy's knee, or a big hard rock drowning some honey. Why you laughing? Why you laughing? This shit ain't funny. What? This shit
It
ain't
might be,
funny.
though.
Just a little.
It might be a little funny at times. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes it's,
Hilarious.
yeah, no, I shouldn't say that. It's just terrible stuff. If you laugh, you got a problem. Let's go to, hey, the NCAA tournament's going on, but let's go to baseball instead. Here's a story. After his arrest for punching an 84-year-old man, a college baseball player no longer enrolled at the school he played for, Owen Hayes.
Good.
Yeah, 21, playing for the Masters University.
Sounds like a fake school.
Yeah, it does sound fake, but it's not. It's a non-denominational Christian university that competes in NCAA events. So last month he got into an altercation at a bar and sucker punched an 84-year-old man.
So he's not only punched, he sucker punched an 84-year-old man.
Yeah, he had to turn himself in this week because when the guy hit the floor, he fractured his skull, had a brain bleed, and was knocked unconscious. So yeah, he's in big trouble.
Yeah, as he should be.
Did that guy repent and pray over that man? Is non-denominational Christian?
I don't know.
Is that what it said?
I don't know. It sounded like he was praying before he hit him. I don't know. All right, let's go local here. This is just a wild story, and what a lucky cat here.
Man, yes.
A member of the Diaz Police Department in Northeast Arkansas recovering after being injured when we had all those tornadoes recently. In a Facebook post, they confirmed Sergeant Richard Dickey Morris, great name, by the way,
Right.
expected to make a complete recovery after his patrol car was swept up in an EF4 tornado and thrown. His vehicle landed on another car in the backyard of another house His radio was totally ripped out. He couldn't communicate. He did have his phone. The chief said, needless to say, the good Lord was watching over him. Because if you look at that vehicle,
Man, it's messed up.
I mean, that is wild, man. Can you
And
imagine?
it showed the distance it went on TV the other day. And
It's
like,
wild,
yeah,
isn't it, how
man.
far? And
Can you imagine being in that car and
Hell
like
no.
the views that you're seeing, like in that driver's seat?
No, I'm not seeing anything. I'm scared to death, and I'm talking to somebody, probably
Probably
God
needs the
or
diapers.
somebody, Jerry Garcia, anybody help me.
God.
Tom Cruise, help me, anybody.
Tom Cruise.
Can you help me, Tom Cruise? Sorry, that's Talladega Nights. All right, this is what happens. This is one of those FAFO moments.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean.
Yes.
A tourist in Mexico facing charges after he climbed the stairs of one of the, quote, new seven wonders of the world.
Man,
Locals took justice in their own hands and beat the hell out
as
of it.
they should.
That's exactly what should happen when
Hell
you start
yeah.
climbing a Mayan temple. Man,
They should
dumbass.
sacrifice you inside that son of a
He's
bitch.
lucky they nearly did. They nearly did. Authorities have yet to name him, but he scaled the side of the temple of Kukulkan in Chichen
Oh, he's
Itza.
screwed anyways, man. You know.
Right,
He
that's
probably got
right.
all kinds of bad
He's
juju
got
after that
curses
shit,
now
man.
on
Yeah.
him. Yeah. He was one of two separate visitors filmed climbing the pyramid Thursday as 9,000 tourists flocked to the temple, referred to as El Castillo, to observe the spring equinox. So it said he eluded us even though we were keeping watch on the western side. He ran past us. He's clearly in good physical condition. But one of the men were scaling the steps as security guards chased him. One of the trespassers, a 38-year-old German tourist, tried to hide in the pyramid chamber. But
He's screwed too.
The onlooker said he should be sacrificed.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Yeah,
They
no,
agree with me, man.
And if it had happened, I'd be like, well, FAFO, baby.
Right?
It hosts a 4-day-long program. Like I said, there were 9,000 people there, and I think most of them got a hit on him.
That's a very active 38-year-old man. Like that guy's in good shape.
Yeah. Well, he still got
Do
his
you think
ass
he
beat.
tried other monuments in his younger years? And, like,
I don't know. Maybe
He worked up to that one.
Yeah, he worked up to it. Didn't end well.
Big Ben was nothing. We'll go to the pyramids.
Here's one. A 62-year-old grandmother killed while having an overnight conjugal visit with her convicted murderer husband at California
He
prison.
killed that shit.
He said he was going to kill the punani. He killed it all. David Brinson, 54, was found guilty of killing 4 guys in 1993, sentenced to life without parole. In November, he had an unsupervised visit with his wife, Stephanie, who's 62, at the Mule Creek State Prison in Northern California. Now, look, the guy's never
Mule
getting out of
Creek.
prison. He's got life with no possibility of parole. Why are you still married to him?
David's the partner of and
David was found guilty.
that's
and
the one
his
who was having
wife,
sex with her?
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came up and he claimed she passed out. But no, she was strangled.
He got a little carried away.
Yeah, I don't know if they were getting freaky and he got carried away or she said something and he just went, bitch, I'm in here for life.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what does he care? He's in for life. He choked somebody else out. What does it
He's
matter?
spending my money and screwing my friends.
I just like how they opened up They opened it up with like he was banging a grandmother.
Right,
His wife.
right.
Just throwing some shade at David.
Yeah, but
It doesn't have to be a grandmother just because she's 64.
Right.
it doesn't have to be. I mean, I don't know why. If he'd been waiting for this moment and he baited her all this time just so he could choke her out and kill one more person, if she said something stupid to him that he didn't like,
I think he just got carried away.
you think they were just getting it in, and he was like, she looks stronger.
He's like, this is prison sex.
Sounds like a free murder, honestly.
Right.
It does sound like a free murder. It's like, why would you let her go in there with this guy that can pull a free murder?
It's like on Jurassic Park when they put the goats in there with the T-Rex.
Right, yeah, it's same thing.
What do we expect here?
Yeah, no, you got exactly what you expect, a goat eaten by a T-Rex. That's what happened. That's exactly what it was. Man.
Good analogy.
That's a beautiful analogy. Maybe the best one of all time for that segment right there. All right, let's do a couple more here that I got. Okay, yeah, this one will be a good one right here. Oh, yeah, there's 2 of them here. Oh, now let's do this one for sure. this is great because, yeah. Well, anyway, Ghost Adventure star Aaron Goodwin's wife, Victoria, arrested, charged for committing murder or conspiracy. She was trying to make a ghost out of him.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If you kill a ghost hunter, do you get to talk to him after?
You probably don't want to. They're probably going to
They
be
might
trying
be mad.
a little bit.
Honey, we were right.
Yeah, yeah. I killed him so he could talk to me from the
Yeah.
other side and
Yeah.
we could prove it.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
Our show is
That'd be
going,
my argument.
show is going down the tubes. They had to do something.
Yeah, no, my defense would be that we planned this.
Yeah, this is part of the show, man.
Yeah, no, we planned this to happen so we could talk to each other. All right, one more. A Connecticut mother held her severely emaciated stepson in captivity for decades in something out of a horror movie before he set fire to their home to escape the inhumane conditions.
Good for him.
The 56-year-old mom was arrested and charged about a month after the living arrangement was uncovered when the fire erupted. Sullivan, she fled the home, and her 32-year-old stepson was pulled out by firefighters. He weighed 68 pounds.
Whoa.
68 pounds.
Damn.
Man, Ozempic's gone wild.
Man.
Or maybe it wasn't the Ozempic that did it, but
If you wanted to lose like 30 pounds, she should be.
she would be perfect.
Like for like a quick weight loss.
You
Like
could put her on like The Biggest Loser.
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
if someone really needs help, they're like,
What
here he
Chad?
comes back from his retreat.
If he comes back. You may or may not make it back.
He weighs 37 pounds now.
Yeah, he lived in a cage and ate bat guano for 2 weeks straight. Yeah, that's what happened to
We
him.
can all hold him.
We can all hold him in one arm. That's terrible, man. What's wrong with you, man? You're a sick person, Steven. So I like your comedy already. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
It's great, man. Tell people again one more time before we wrap up for the day. Where do they go get you on Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram, Steven_Reid comedy.
All right, on Instagram, Steven_Reid comedy.
Go find him.
And if people want a bonus hole, not today, but the rest of the week you'll be open, right?
Yes, sir.
Tuesday through Saturday?
Tuesday through Saturday.
Yes.
I'll be I'm gonna try to hit a couple open mics there's here. Also, I'll be at the Joint tomorrow,
Okay.
and then I'll do the Looney Bin on Wednesday.
All right. So
Yeah.
the Joint tomorrow, the Looney Bin Wednesday.
Yeah, go see my little.
I want you guys to go out and support Steve.
Yeah.
And make sure you tell him you saw him on the show.
Yeah.
And shake his hand, take a selfie with him, send it to us so we'll share it
Yeah.
on our site, man. It's awesome, man. And why don't you come back, a couple times this year and
100%.
update us, tell us how you're doing. We
Yeah,
want to follow
yeah.
you and
Yeah.
see how you're growing and how it's going, man. Would that be cool?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Appreciate you
That's
guys
awesome.
for letting me come on.
No problem, man.
Hell yeah, bro. We're glad to have you on,
Awesome
man.
having you. Yes, sir.
If people want a bonus hole, what do they need to do?
1008 East Oak, Suite 104, Conway. You can come see me, or you can give me a call at 501-269-5148.
Don't send him a picture of the body part
No,
you're trying to get
I don't
pierced.
need pictures.
He doesn't
I
need any
promise.
photos, trust me.
I've seen every shape, form.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes people send him pictures that he really doesn't want. Can you pierce this? Not anymore. Not anymore, I'll tell you that. All right, everybody, listen, thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor, like us and share us on YouTube.
Yes, yes.
We're very close to where we need to be there.
Trying to get paid.
Trying to get some ducats out of this deal, baby. So help us out. We're, we still run light around here. Listen, now, one thing else I want to mention is, if you'll look in the top or bottom right-hand corner of the feed, it talks about helping us with the blocks.
Yes.
So we went through the first round. We're done with that. We've got just about a month before we go, and we do still need a little bit more. We need about $1,000 more to cover all the expenses. So if you can, give $1, $5, $10, $2, $1 million, all of it will be helpful to us. Just click on that link. It's
Hell
just a
yeah.
little GoFundMe that we're using, a little Kickstarter, GoFundMe, whatever it is, to raise money for the blogs. Now, if you don't know, and I know there are a lot of new listeners right now, so and viewers. I'm still getting used to saying viewers, forgive me. But what it is, it's a reality show. It's a reality show for entrepreneurs. It's an entrepreneur reality competition. So we're going to go up to Tulsa. We're going to be there for a week, and we're going to be working with entrepreneurs and competing against other entrepreneurs. And so we could, number one, it's going to give us a lot of wisdom of how to make this an even better program, how to
Right.
get out to more people, how to market, how to, do these different things. It's a lot of different concepts you go through, as well as you can win 10 grand.
That's awesome.
And I feel like we got a shot to win the 10 grand. Honestly, I really, really do. I think we got the game because the way it works is each day you're there, it's a different business theme that you're working on. All right. So you're working on this business theme. For example, they might have you come up with a new marketing campaign for your,
Right,
your
right,
show,
right.
the show. And so at the end of each day, one representative, one entrepreneur from each one goes up and talks and pitches their idea. And I'm the idea pitcher.
Yeah.
So I feel very good
Yeah.
about our opportunities because I think I can leverage business acumen, storytelling, comedy, and all of those things into it I think I have a little advantage over some
You're a
people in
salesman,
that.
man.
Well, that's one component of me. Yes, I'd like to think I'm more than that.
But I'm just saying,
you're
like,
right,
you
yes.
have all that in your, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's part of you, man.
So I'm super stoked to try the program and to go on it. We've already been accepted. We are on the show.
That's awesome.
Without a doubt. So now what we're doing is the first round covered our travel expense as far as getting there, the gas, and the food. This covers actually the other part of the business aspect of being on the show. So if you can help with just a few dollars, any amount you can help with would be awesome. If you can't, it's okay. It's no big deal. No harm, no foul. But if you want to see us on TV, it's going to air on Amazon Prime, baby.
That's awesome.
pretty good.
Hell yeah.
If you're going to be on a reality show airing on Amazon Prime, that could be a big thing for us.
Yeah.
Not just for me and
Yeah.
the show, but really even for our state. Anytime you can get somebody who's not a toothless fool on the news or on a show to represent Arkansas, that's a win for us. I think I can represent us better than some of the people you've seen interviewed after events, tornadoes, whatever it may.
I hope
You
so,
know the
man.
one. Well, we was out there in the field.
Mama was out there.
Yeah, that's not the look we want. So let me help us get a better look, all right? Anyway, like and share us on YouTube. Anywhere else that you watch doesn't matter. We love you. We're thankful, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.